And we are live. There you go. Right there. Thanks, Kyle.
Okay, here are some things I do not think it's appropriate for men to have access to personally. Number one would be friendships or having friends in general, I guess. It's a little bit questionable to me. Number two would be plates and cups. I get why would they need that? Number three is lowercase letters as well as punctuation. That one is self-explanatory. Lastly would be access to indoor spaces, as I believe that goes against the natural cycle of the earth. Thank you.
Hey, welcome to Access Vegas, guys. We want to let you guys know we Rollo and I are male feminists. We want to let you guys know that.
Yeah, according to all the new videos.
We're going to sell you a way to reset your body count to 0. We're going to start doing that this week.
Water over your head.
As she said before, men are trash. They don't deserve. What did he say? Indoor spaces. Men do not deserve to have friends. They don't deserve to have lowercase letters. What was the other one? That was pretty funny.
Dishware.
Men do not need dishware. They should not be indoors. It goes against the natural order of things. Yes. Welcome, guys. Real quick before we go on, let's go ahead and introduce from Alaska. She's a cosmetologist. Welcome, Kelsey. Welcome, Kelsey, to the show. She's from Iowa. She's a bartender and host of Angel. It is Monica. Welcome, Monica. There you go. Monica, can you move a little bit to your left? Can you move a little bit to your left? Monica, I don't know if you heard about this. There's a new host for Tough Enough.
Nuh-uh. What?
Yeah, if you guys got September 25th, Tough Enough, it's going to be here in Las Vegas. And I'm going to be the ring announcer for that. And she's from Las Vegas. She is the owner of Harps Cosmetics, and you should check her out on TikTok at Harps. Welcome, Harper, to the show. She is from Jersey. She is a rapper. Welcome back, Gigi. What's going on, Gigi? She's going to spit bars for us later. It's going to be incredible. He is Edmund is from Portland. He is life insurance. He's in life insurance. Welcome, Edmund, to the show for the first time. He also speaks French and Spanish, and he's our local tradcon. That's it. He's very, very conservative. And then finally, she's from Mexico. She's an artist, and she likes to argue. Welcome back, Nanette. Welcome, Nanette, back to the show. Thank you for coming on, man. Thank you guys for checking us out. We have a bunch of stuff going on. Have you seen this one right here? Can we do this one next?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Guys, I want to let you know a couple things. We had an incredible Miss Las Vegas that just came out a couple weeks ago. We did it Thursday, the 6th, and we had Maya Allegra, who's been on the show. It was not rigged. I was not a judge. Maya Allegra is Miss Las Vegas. She's going to be coming to the Dominican Republic to compete in Swimsuit USA. It's World Championship. We also had Maddie Harrell, and we also had Alyssa Polisano. I don't remember if Alyssa's been on the show. She may have been on this show before, but they're going to be with us when we go there. And then additionally, live stream. You guys saw Candace Owens versus Andrew Wilson. I did a 2-hour live stream reaction with him, and then I did a second one on Monday, and we went over all the reasons why any of you who think Candace Owens won that debate are, I'm sorry, you're just incredibly biased. I understand Andrew Wilson does have a punchable face, but like, you guys got to get over your dislike of him and then say, hey, wait a second, there's no evidence except the DNA on the bullets, the DNA on the trigger, the DNA on the gun, the DNA on the towel, the DNA on the screwdriver, and the fact that he admits to be on the surveillance footage. And then he's on the surveillance footage climbing up, the surveillance footage on the top. Then he comes back and he admits to the shooting and all that. Other than that, there's no evidence at all. There's no evidence that a homosexual man who had a trans boyfriend actually shot Charlie Kirk. It must have been Mossad.
But we missed out on buying the auction of the SUV.
Yes, apparently the SUV was auctioned, even though Charlie Kirk
$73,000 SUV.
Charlie Kirk didn't own the SUV, and it was auctioned off. Yeah. Sorry, you have the video up?
I will here in just a moment.
Okay, awesome. Just to let you guys know,
any other announcement?
Do we have any other? I have so many. Let me see here. The 29th, if you guys are here in Las Vegas and you want any of the girls that want to compete for Swimsuit USA, 29th at 8 Lounge, we're going to have one final prelim. And then on the 30th, we're going to have Miss Beverly Hills. So we sit here and we talk about manosphere stuff. We're going to talk about what the manosphere means. I have determined, do you know how you guys get in the manosphere? People who hate the manosphere put you in the manosphere. That's how you do it, number one. And number two, you support Donald Trump. If you do those two things, you are in the manosphere. And here's the best part. You can't leave. No matter what you do, no matter what you say, It doesn't make any difference if you call yourself a male feminist. If Fortune magazine or Mooncat or someone else says that you're in the manosphere, you are in the manosphere forever. Scott Galloway and Chris Williamson and Steve Bartlett and Patrick Bet-David and Mr. Beast. Welcome to the
locker room.
I didn't ask to be in it. And now you're in it. And there's no way out because Wired magazine and Fortune magazine said that you're in the manosphere. You're in it forever, Scott Galloway, and there's no way for you to get out.
Yes.
But it doesn't matter if I change my religion, it's fine.
I built it.
If I change my religion, it's fine. If I change my gender, it's fine. If I change my political affiliation, it's fine. If I change if I'm in a union, it's fine. If I change my fraternity, it's fine. But if I'm in the manosphere, I can never get out. There was a country back in the 30s and 40s that used to do this with a certain group of people where they just put you in the group, and I can't remember what that group was. Anyway, go ahead.
Sounds like Eastern Bloc country,
bro. I'm just
okay. No, I do have a couple of announcements actually. The first big one that I have is starting Sunday. I've been secretly working on this. I have a new AI application that's coming out. It's going to be the Rational Male Engine. It's not going to be digital Rolo or anything like that. I'm not trying to clone myself because I know that OnlyFans girls do that now. Like they build like some sort of like AI clone of themselves so that when they're sleeping, you think they're awake. But anyways, I'm not trying to clone myself or anything like that. It's I've been working with a team of guys putting together what's essentially an aggregate of everything I've ever written, everything I've ever done on this show, everything I've done on my shows, everything I've ever tweeted, whatever. It's just basically goes and collects all the work that I've done over the course of the last really 25 years. So all the stuff on So Suave, everything I've ever done will be is sort of aggregated and amalgamated, I guess, into this super intelligence. And we're calling it we have been sort of floating names out there, and we're going to call it the Rational Male Engine. And so if you have a question, Patrick Bet-David no longer gets money from me for using Minect. So I'm going to be doing this. And essentially it's a work in progress, obviously, but I think it's ready for prime time. We're going to launch it on Sunday. And if you have questions for me, like when people say, hey, Rollo, I want to talk to you, whatever, you could still call me and have a one-on-one with me. I'm still doing, I still do personal clients and stuff like that. So if you need something a little bit more intense than that, that's fine. You can always book time with me, but I think this is going to be a great convenience for people. Also, I'm keeping the cost of it. They told me this. They said, if you're going to have a subscription service for AI thing like this, always keep it below ChatGPT. And so I'm like, ChatGPT, the base is like what, $19.99, right?
Yeah.
So we're going to be like $17.99 for a subscription. So I'm just going to keep it as
Rollo
best you
every
can.
day.
Yes.
You understand that? Rollo, hey Rollo, take a look at my poop. What does this look like? Am I sick?
It looks like a man did a poop. That looks
Rollo,
like a man.
is this girl too ugly for me to take home? I'm drunk. What should I do, Rollo? You can have that for $17 a month. Are you kidding me?
Anything you want.
What are you waiting on?
So anyways, that's coming out on Sundays. And then what just came out this week, and I was actually kind of pleasantly surprised by it. I've also been working with guys who have been doing a new translation of all 6 of my books. They are now available in Arabic. So you can now get it in Arabic language, and Arabic speaking people can read it in your native language. And yes, because I know the next
shout out to Sneeko and all of his followers. You guys can watch this now.
Yes, you can the UAE. But I was going to say the next translation we're working on, just so everybody knows, because I know I'm going to get this next, is people say, when are we going to have it in Turkish? Turkish is getting done right now. So
yes,
that's the next
While you're getting your nose job and your hair transplant, you can read it in Turkish.
So when people tell you that the red pill is dead, or like some blue-haired squirrel tells you that the manosphere is going away or anything like that, just let them know that it's an international thing. It's not just here in the United States. It's not just in English-speaking countries. I've been translated in Spanish, German, Polish, Korean. What else? There's
any language where women manipulate men.
Yes. Anyway, pretty much. And now you have it in
sign language,
German,
ASL. It's ASL.
And now you have it in Arabic. So the Rational Male is available worldwide. Will be soon. Swahili.
Because those men.
Right. You wanted green flag.
Watch this. Ready? You guys, ladies, tell me if you agree with this. Okay.
Hurt someone's feelings, but what's a green flag that low key gives you the ick? Oh, I know my answer, and my answer is for surely gonna hurt somebody's feelings, but I truly don't give a fuck. I cannot date a man who is a good father.
What?
Okay. Look at this.
What's it say? That's crazy.
He's speechless.
Where do girls be pulling this shit out of? Like, to be honest.
That's all you
Okay,
gotta
all
do.
right, ladies,
That's
ladies,
all you
real quick.
gotta
Here's the
do.
question: is there anything that a man does that's good that you have in your life found as an ick? I'm just curious if you're going to be honest, because all of you have. What's a thing that a man? Girl, sit down right now.
Come on.
What is the thing that? What is the thing
We
that
got
a
it.
man
We have
has
a
done?
New girl,
Okay,
new girl. Come on.
one thing I feel like when a dude is off rip, a little too affectionate, I guess girls love that affection, especially with like PDA. I feel like that, like, especially when I'm new to someone, I hate that, and I feel like that's something like a lot of girls. Oh, they
You
wish
just
your
want sex
boyfriend
and then
would-
leave.
No,
You want them to
not
leave.
that. But like, if we're hanging out, like, I don't need you to be holding my hand and kissing me all over all the time. Like, you know what I mean?
Because
Like,
your side
like, just
your
like
side
be
bitch
cool.
might
Like,
find
can
out
we
about
be
it.
friends too, though?
Yeah, we
like,
can be friends too. But your side piece man, he's gonna see you holding hands
I
at,
mean,
at the festival, and then that's gonna kind of.
I mean, I
that's-
feel like
he's
even in
throwing
a
salt on your game.
relationship, I just don't like a guy all over me, especially in public. Like, I don't know. Maybe
I
I'm
feel
weird for that.
no, I can totally feel
I
that.
like my
It's-
space.
But
to
why?
myself.
well,
Guys, the girls. What?
it could just be a little bit just too intrusive, too invasive.
clingy.
It's a bit, it's like they're staking their claim a bit, kind of too
I
much.
love that.
Yeah,
Also,
yeah.
Pee on me. Mark your
The,
territory.
the
Like-
simping, the kind of the simping where you would think women would just love a man to
But in
all
private?
all the text all day long, all and
The
it's
nasty.
texting all day, I cannot
Yeah,
do it. Like, you
no,
think I have
I-
nothing better
yeah,
to do
no,
than
I
text
can't
you?
do that.
You think I'm just waiting for you to text to me? Are you serious? That's why I don't understand why girls be getting so mad when guys take forever. It's like, you want to do that's like not busy making money. You want a broke dude that could text you all day? Go find that.
One of my exes, I broke up with him during COVID because he lived in Illinois and I lived in Iowa.
Mhm.
And he wrote me a rap.
Mm.
And
well, how
it was
how
the
was
biggest
it?
ick
Ah.
ever. And then he was wanting, because I was the only white girl on a black dance team. Like, I was really like in the movement and everything like during that time. And so he thought he was going to end racism and made a shirt that says "Let's end racism" and was selling it for $40 on Facebook.
That's
to try to get
right.
me
That's
back.
what you got to do. Mine
That
says.
was
my-
embarrassing.
I have one that
I'm
says.
sorry, 'cause I'm like, boy, how are you going to end racism? Like, please
So-
give me 3 bullets.
So
on
just
it.
just
And
just so
it's
we're
not a T-shirt. I'm gonna be honest.
just so we're clear, we have some new merchandise coming out. Rolo and I have Future is Female. We have Future is Female, and we have
Yes.
another one, Believe All Women. We have these new Access Vegas Future is
I
Female.
actually do have a new shirt.
Your autograph on it. I want one.
I visualize your white vagina is like penis, like, and then raises in that moment.
And then it's just gone.
Who can we find to
just
film this
fun.
ad? Like,
Like,
this is a campaign, and to make
yeah.
Incredible. We're ended racism. Anybody else? The guy was too nice. Anybody was too nice. What do you think? Anybody? You guys ever given you a nick for being too nice? Say it in the mic.
Come on, say it in
Say it
the
in the
mic.
mic.
I can't hear you.
In 10 minutes.
Okay, ready? All right. All right,
What's
you
going
ready
on
to show the
here?
next one?
what
Give me 1 second.
on?
Okay.
What is this?
Oh, you guys can see that.
Yeah.
On herself?
That's correct. I
Well,
really
I-
wouldn't even worry
I-
about this.
I
I'm
gotta
gonna show
put-
it.
I'd
Let's
love to
look
hear
at
what
it.
he's
Yeah.
saying.
What? Dosage.
Okay. Anybody else have any? What do you think? Edmund, have you ever had a situation where you were just good to a woman and she got the ick for you for doing nothing wrong?
I've never been in a situation like that. No.
No.
He dates good women.
But I don't overthink it. So if I have, I wouldn't know.
You do only date good, wholesome women, though.
Oh yeah.
Oh, is that correct?
Is that how it
How,
is?
how do you
From
meet
the
women
back
here in
up.
Las Vegas?
How do I meet girls in Las Vegas?
Yeah.
Well, I have a cute Instagram,
Yes.
and then I tend to walk up to them and, you know, I'm
He has
like,
confidence.
you, me, south of France, but then I never take them.
You never take them. They jump in the Cullinan. You take them to dinner,
Jeez.
and then that's the end.
Yes.
Let
One of
me
the
ask you,
Christ-
so how
Girls.
many languages are you fluent in?
Just French and Spanish.
French and Spanish?
Yeah.
Okay. So like you like some of that French on?
Oh
Yeah.
no, that's last resort.
Okay.
Yeah,
What works,
you
what
usually
works
don't
better,
have to do
Spanish
that.
or French?
My two best friends, Ben and Franklin. That's
Oh wow, the
Oh.
best one is Ben and Franklin. So he's a
The
what is this? A green
homies.
pill? Is it?
That's a green pill.
Yeah.
Ooh,
So
you
guys,
got
if
it.
you don't know, we don't ever
Decepciones.
talk about the green
I
pill.
like it.
You know what the green pill is? The green pill is basically it's just money. There's nothing but money. Black pill is just looks. White pill is it's Jesus. Red pill is just anything truth, evolutionary psychology, and blue pill is anything that the manosphere says is wrong.
Pink
That's
pill.
I like the black
Pink
pill.
Pink pill is feminism. That's what pink pill is. A lot of people. Purple pill is
Purple
a mix.
pill is the mix between blue and red.
Blue and red.
People
Yeah.
can't give up a blue pill.
Yes. Yeah, that's exactly right. So there are that's where all the pills. The white pill is also the gold pill or the Christ pill.
I know.
Is what they call it.
We're done with the pills.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, we're good.
All right, guys, let's watch this one.
Premeditated false accusations of domestic violence against her boyfriend. Women have absolutely zero problem lying about this. This isn't rare. Her friend is filming, laughing, and giving her instructions.
Do your forehead again.
That's psychotic.
One more.
Is it? I mean, I actually think
They have no problem
think
with
it's
it.
pretty
They give each other instructions for false accusations and lying. They give each other instructions to drain the bank accounts. Get that restraining order. Keep you from even returning to your own home. They do not fucking care. This is how they kidnap and abuse children, using the family court and using the police 24/7.
Nope.
Oh no! Oh my God! Fuck
Gosh.
this! Fuck her. She must be drunk.
She's a crazy bitch.
What are you gonna do?
How
if
can you,
he's
like,
blonde
watch
and
your
you're
friends
just
do that?
abusing yourself?
Because she's trying. Because she's about to get that money. She's trying to get money. She's trying to get
That's
the money.
sick as fuck.
Does she also
So we live in a
realize
system
that
where
crop
this is the
dog-
cop out and there's no beating it. Police support it. The new simp next boyfriend fucking believes it without any question. Oh, he was abusive? Oh, you're gonna sleep with me? I'll help you keep those kids away from him.
Oh yeah, that's what it is. Ready? Yeah.
Oh God!
I can't even watch it. No, that's. I think we get the point, kind of.
We get the point.
Yeah, well, I'm actually worried about YouTube coming
Yeah,
after us for
that's
this.
a little crazy.
The thing is this, right? There are men who commit RAPE and SA. That does happen. We are at the lowest rates of RAPE and SA in recorded human history, but I understand why women are afraid. I just don't understand why women are more afraid. We had the discussion, and actually, I'll ask you guys this discussion here. We'll go into this. Number one, actually, I want to go into this real quick. The false accusations. It's not that most women would commit false accusations. It's that when mental illness is involved, or if a woman has something to lose. So you could have a rational woman who's about to lose everything because her prenup states that if she gets caught cheating, then she's going to lose everything in the divorce. And so for her, it's better to have a false allegation than to take the L and lose millions. That's one. And the second one is borderline personality disorder. She's not getting what she wanted, so the result is always nuclear. You'll always notice it's never really poor men that get the SA allegations. It's always rich guys. Isn't it weird how that works?
I would say ego and also like princess syndrome. I experienced this in 2023 with a young lady who actually has, plenty of money.
Yeah.
4 million in real estate,
Yeah.
a few cute cars. And it's like, for whatever reason, the second, I started pulling away or didn't want to have that relationship, things started getting weird.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
It just so frustrates me because coming from somebody who has had like abuse and stuff happen, like when women and females do this, it irritates the crap out of me because it makes it less likely for people to believe when somebody actually does go through something. And that's where I'm like, it makes me sick. Like it literally makes me sick.
But the issue is when Brittany Renner or Amber Heard or Lindsay Hill or any of these other women make these false accusations, when then there's reaction videos, you know who's never reacting? Women. But they're hurting women. They're hurting men. They're hurting that particular man, but they're hurting women in general. And nobody, like for me, I work with domestic abuse charities. False grape allegations are horrible for women. They're horrible for women. And it's always men that are saying this, and men get really hateful. And I understand most women are not like this. There's generally either some sort of financial incentive or there's a mental disorder. Most of the time, most people are not like this. But I will tell you that when it does happen, people act like, no, it must be true because she said it's true. And that's why I believe all women is ridiculous, because I don't believe all men. I don't believe my family members. I don't believe people I've known for 30 years. The idea that I'm going to believe someone because of their gender is absurd. And so I think it's specious and it's very, very horrible. So that's why I'm bringing it up. Anyway, we had Katarina on the last episode. Do you guys remember? Yeah. And we asked Katarina about the bear versus the man in the forest. Right? Would you rather be with a bear or a man?
I saw this TikTok.
Did you see this?
No.
Okay. So I asked her if it was a bear or man, and she goes, well, at least I know with the bear, maybe I could scare the bear away. And I was like, no, you're going to die. And she's like, well, maybe I could die, but if I died, the man could do so much worse to me. And I was like, less than 1% of men commit SA. And she goes, no, 30% of women. No, guys, let me say, one of the things I want to do on the show is debunk certain things. This idea that 1/3 of men or 1/3 of women have experienced sub level of SA. And they're conflating that to say 1/3 of men commit SA. That is not true. Yeah. What they're including, but first off, that statistic includes stalking. And I'm not saying stalking is a good thing. Stalking is a terrible thing, but stalking is a massive difference from actual grape. Stalking and grape are two completely different ball games. Okay. And in the survey, basically what they're saying is of the small percentage of men who who run afoul of the law, if a woman encounters one of those men at any point in her life, then she becomes one of that third of women that have encountered it. It doesn't mean 1/3 of men have done that. And in reality, actually committing SA, it's less than 1% of men. So my argument to her was, what if we have 2 men and 2 bears? What's worse? Anybody? What do you think?
You could have a good guy and a bad guy.
Correct.
Yeah.
What if we have 3 men and 3 bears? What's worse?
Gangbang.
Yeah, but
And I pulled back. What
Sorry,
type of bear?
With
The bear or what?
yeah, but that sounds like that doesn't sound like assault. That sounds willing. Real quick. No, and anybody, like, do you guys see where I'm going with this? What about 4 bears and 4 men? Which is worse?
I just want to say something like a lot of girls maybe that have gotten essayed or whatever, like that doesn't mean the dude always got caught though. So you're saying
totally.
less than 1% dudes. What about the ones that no one ever caught though?
Totally. So let's do that. Let's just say it's not 1%. Let's say it's 7%, 8%.
Yeah.
It's not 1/3. That's not true. So let's go through this. Let's just say 10%.
I agree.
Let's say 10%. Now I have 10. Now randomly we choose 10 men and 10 grizzly bears. What is more dangerous?
Grizzly bears.
Okay, you guys understand. Not only will the grizzly bears kill you, one grizzly bear will not stop another grizzly bear from killing you. If the majority of men do not commit SA and grape, and then all of a sudden one guy tries to grape you, guess what the other 9 men are going to do? I know it's hard for you feminists to believe this. I know all of you think that we're just encouraging each other to grape women you go, buddy. We're giving them a high five while they're saying, no, this is make-believe. The reality is if there's 3 men in there and 2 of them don't want to see you do it, they will beat the shit out of the man who is. And the reason why Katarina says this is like, we had to create anti-grape laws just because men were like that. Yeah, who created the laws? Men. Who enforce the laws? Men. The more men you get in society, because it's a representation of society, once we get to 10 men and 10 bears, 100 men and 100 bears, you get to a point where the idea that these men are just going to SA women out in the open like this, now we've got to the point where you have created such a victimhood mentality that we can't even have a discussion anymore because you're telling me the sky is green when it's blue. This is ridiculous. And I'm calling anybody out who wants to debate this concept. If you want to say you'd rather pick the bear than the man, you have the right to be stupid. If you want to say you'd rather pick 10 bears versus 10 men, let's have a debate. Let's do this on Jubilee. Let's just see how far. We'll use statistics to see how ridiculous this argument is.
So I don't think you're ever going to get any kind of like real traction out of a debate like that, simply because what was her name? It was
Katarina.
Katarina's
awesome. She's great.
Katarina's great. I love her
liberal.
every time. She's yeah, but she's always really good with conversation here. So, but the thing is she's already experienced that, and so everything is personal. Everything is personal to her.
I don't know if did she say she had experienced it? I don't know if she has.
I watched that part over because I wanted to like sort of clarify everything that was going on. Because even at the end, like you guys didn't even want to end the show because you guys kept doing it. But the thing is like you're trying to be very empirical and very like and you're right. You're 100% right. But she feels like you're wrong.
Yes,
because she feels like so you're speaking the language of empiricism. She's speaking the language of emotion.
Do you guys understand? Like, there's people here in the studio that don't know you guys, but if a dude tried to attack you, the idea that any of us would stand by and let them attack you is so absurd. You like it is, and it's not even like I would think. I would just see some guy throwing you around, and I'm going to clothesline him like Macho Man Randy Savage, and I wouldn't even remember doing it. It's so absurd, the idea that a large group of men are going to watch one dude essay a girl. I'm not saying that this didn't happen in World War II with the Russians. I'm sure it did happen. My point is, in general civilized society, more men is more safety. That's why you have a police force. More men is more safety. The idea that more men is less safety, we are in the safest generation in history. The lowest homicide rates, the lowest rates of rape, the lowest rates of SA in recorded human history. And if you go on TikTok, you think it's just one long gangbang. It's ridiculous. And I'm just tired of it. I'm just tired of this narrative.
But wait, to clarify though,
Go ahead.
on that particular episode, because I sat right next to her, we talked about abuse in the broad spectrum, not just on physical assault, but also verbal, like emotional abuse,
Yes.
financial abuse, etc. So that also played a role into it. And she did also say that if you and Rolo were present, that she would definitely trust both of you being two
Correct.
males that she knows.
Because we're not
opposed
abstract.
to
Because
two
we're
men you
not
don't know.
abstract males. But so
Understood.
we're
I'm
not
just
we're not right. But we're
clarifying so that,
specific.
yeah.
We're specific males. We're not abstract males. But my point is, let's take average replacement level males.
A lot of average males freeze under violence.
Yeah, well, no, I'm not. But if you have enough of them, you'd really
100%. No, you
Yeah.
will have one. Like I've told a lot of people, I would kill an African tribe for you.
Yeah.
And I've never allowed bullying. Like you can fuck on me and we're okay.
Yeah.
But I don't allow people to bully other people or mistreat other people. It doesn't happen around me.
Shout
Miss
out
me
to all
with
the
that
African
shit.
tribes that give us super chats. Thank you
Yes,
guys
thank
for
you.
coming.
Yes, all my friends in Kenya.
In the video that I had seen on TikTok literally last night about this argument, and that's how I'd heard of it, the girl was like, well, imagine you're in a cabin, like, and there's a bear and a man. Who are you going to be more scared of? But I feel like we're watching so many true crime, murder, serial killer stuff. Like when you're in a cabin in the woods and you see a man and a bear, of course you're going to be scared of the man because
You
that's
guys
all you're
understand?
watching
You
too.
would literally have to try to bump into a serial killer. Do you guys understand how hard it would be to actually encounter an actual serial killer? Like we're talking 1 in 10 million. It is so rare to find one. But I saw Jeffrey Dahmer. I saw the documentary, so I'm an expert on it now. I'd rather be with the man.
But just like a black bear versus a grizzly bear, if you're in the mountains, you're usually going to see a black bear. How often do you see a grizzly bear unless you're like in freaking Alaska, right?
Well, right. If we're ranking them,
I myself have had an encounter in the wild with a grizzly bear with 3 cubs. If there was a man, I would have been happy to see that man to help protect.
Yeah, the part is you guys, if you stood next to like a 12-foot grizzly bear, you'd be like, this was the stupidest thing I've ever said in my life. I don't know why I said this. It would go polar bear would be the worst, and then grizzly bear, and then black bear.
Absolutely.
Yes, the polar bears are by far the most dangerous. And here's the funny thing: it's also a lack of knowledge. A grizzly bear or a hippopotamus. What do you guys think?
Those are dangerous.
Hippo will kill you 100 times faster than a bear. Hippo is like quite simply the most dangerous land animal it is for human beings. And people don't know this. People just don't know this. So women are like, I'll just scare the bear. I'll go, shoot, get away. I'll just give him bad energy and he'll just go away. Go away because the bad energy bear, go away. I'm just, oh my God. I'm manifesting that the man will go away.
Wishing you to the cornfield.
Just such a ridiculous.
Because bears can hella climb trees. Yeah,
Wait. Hold that thought. I have this. I got this video just for you. Now, you're going to see a bear, a big ass bear climb in a house. I rented this house last year. Okay?
Wait, where's it located?
In Lake Tahoe.
Oh my god. Oh.
Okay.
My god.
See the back window right there. That was the bedroom I was sleeping in. I'm not. I shit you not.
Open doors.
Yes. Well, watch.
I love how you're like so.
It reminds me of my
Like,
Black bears are usually sociable in certain
there it
areas
is.
like that. Like, come on.
Damn.
It's tagged. It is tagged.
This bear's tagged.
It is tagged.
I thought you put a bandana on him.
Watch this shit.
God, he moves just like my cat. So crazy.
So this is in Lake Tahoe. This is in it's called the Cool House. Is what it's called, and it's an A-frame that my wife and I rented last year. Okay. So what would you rather see in your bedroom?
Right in there.
And by the way, he goes in and just grabs like burgers and buns to go on it too.
Honestly, I'm more scared of the man. The bear only took burger buns. Okay. That bear seems nice.
No. His case with this bear. I don't think this bear.
I think it's just contradicting your friend.
Yeah.
But look how big that fucker is, man.
I feel like certain animals like that are also, they're not violent towards you unless you give them a reason. Like usually it's when you scare them or they feel threatened by you.
Yeah, I'm with you. But in general, if you are having an encounter with a bear or a human being, the likelihood of you dying is 100,000x higher with a bear than it is with a human being.
I agree.
Most of the time, most of you have encountered tens of thousands of human beings in your life, and the number of them that killed you is zero. The denominator is 10 million. The numerator is zero. The number of times that human beings have encountered bears, the denominator is probably several 100,000, and the denominator is several thousand deaths. And that's the difference throughout history. And in fact, bears have been killing humans since there were bears. That's the problem. So
I feel like how the question was worded too, like, oh, you're in the woods. Like they're making it seem like super scary, dark, gloomy. But when you just said, would you rather run into a human you don't know or a bear? Obviously it's human, but I feel like the way the question was answered, it makes people, they want people to think about it.
The whole point of the question is men are shit.
Yeah.
There's the whole point of the question is no matter what sort of death I could experience, gruesome death I could experience from this bear, because men are so horrible. No, remember I said lowest rate of murder, essay and grape in recorded history, because men are so horrible. I'd rather die by the bear. And I want to let you know about it on TikTok. Not that I'm a narcissist or anything, but I need to let you know about it on TikTok that I would rather be with the bear. Of course, none of these women would actually be with the bear. If you could smell a freaking grizzly, if you could smell a grizzly bear coming by, you would change your mind so fast. You would feel the ground shake as this fucking 15-foot animal comes near you. You would quickly change your tune.
Especially like you said, cocaine bear. Like that bear,
Cocaine bear, baby.
Of course,
based on a true story.
Which is crazy. I didn't realize that was a true story.
No, it's not really a true story. There was a bear. There was some cocaine.
His name
but
was
the bear didn't go murdering people. That's not a real true story.
And there is a cocaine bear, and his name is John Zerka.
But he didn't kill anyone. He was just like living life, having a good time.
I had a really I had a weird night Monday night, speaking about weird guys. Like I was with some friends, we had like this B&B, whatever, and it was like me and two of my girls, and at 2 a.m. we're like, let's go get massages. So don't ask why. It was like Monday night.
Yes.
Anyway, regular shit. So we call it Uber, and it's like this weird, creepy old dude, right? Not saying shit, just looking at us. And anyway, we get in the car, it's like quiet for like 10 minutes, and the first thing he says is, I have a riddle for you guys. Would you rather get shot in the head, strangled to death, or something else? And we just looked at each other. We're like, are we gonna die
or
right
chased
now?
by a clown?
Are we gonna get taken right now?
Or in the woods with a bear? Which
we
one
were
would
like,
you choose?
what the fuck,
One
dude?
star.
I couldn't believe it. So we were just got super creeped out, right? And then we're just like, get to the place. It's dark as fuck, but we're just like happy to get the fuck out of the car. So we get out of the car, and we're just like, that was really weird. Like, ew, whatever. So this bitch, my friend, I love her, but she called the Uber to the wrong spa, right? And we're in like this area that's all dark and quiet.
North Vegas.
We gotta call Uber to the actual spa, which is right like 3 minutes away. And we're standing there at the corner, and mind you, it's so quiet and dark. And across the street, there's like a parking lot. There's like one car in it, and we weren't really paying attention to it. But while we were waiting, like the car, it just starts coming at us. Like 3 dudes acting crazy. Like they looked like they were about to snatch our ass up. We was just like, yo, running for our life. There was like a karaoke place right there. We go in, they're looking at us like, what the fuck is with you guys? We're like, we just like almost got taken twice in like 10 minutes.
This would be a great fucking scene.
And
what you need to do, you need to tell the story, record the whole thing, and then have AI do graphics for the entire story. And then post it on YouTube. You will go mega viral. Do that.
No, dead ass. We were like shaking for like 30 minutes, and they were so rude. Like they didn't care. The people at the karaoke place, the traumatic shit we just went through, they did not give no fuck. They were just
oh wait, a creepy Uber driver? You mean Steve?
That dude?
He drops the girls.
You mean
off
Jim?
all the
Dudley.
time.
You mean Jim?
His name was Dudley. If you ever get a
Dudley,
Dudley
of course his name was
Uber
Dudley.
driver in Vegas, don't take it.
All right, I got super chats here. Let's go. Here we go. Let's see. Rational redneck thing. All the usual suspects once again. I brought this up last time and was told to wait for specific guest who is totally not being called out right now. What's up with women dating unemployed felons? I wonder who that could be directed at.
That's so crazy.
So what is it? What is it? Does anyone an expert here on dating unemployed felons?
Well,
Anybody? Is there anybody an expert here?
My man is not a felon and he has a job.
So
Define unemployed.
You know, I guess the sex is worse, is what you're saying.
No, it's amazing.
Oh, okay.
I'm about to dump his ass.
He has all the attributes of a felon.
He does.
And unemployed.
But if he doesn't hurry
But
up and
he's
lose his
not.
job and commit a felony, you're going to break up with him.
I channel the energy of my inner felon. Okay, here we go.
No, the ankle monitors get a nice touch.
That you cut it off.
When did you start dating Jake Abdo? Oh, my bad. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. Siege says Candace Owens grifted in the red pill under the handle Red Pill Black. That was back in like 2014. Now she makes her money appearing on conspiratards or appealing to conspiratards. Shout out to BPF.
Yo, what a
Andrew.
great way to make money, dude. If you just go out conspiracy theorists, it's so funny because you get so
You'll
many
always have
views,
an
so many
audience.
likes. The problem is you can't sell a product to conspiracy theorist people because they're all broke. So I used to talk to Jaron. Jaron Campanello used to be one of the biggest flat earthers in the world, and he went to Antarctica and he saw the sun go around he saw the sun go around the horizon. He's like, oh, okay, well, I know now the earth is actually not flat. He came back, his entire audience turned on him, and he started talking about, yeah, we would do these events, but like nobody had any money. I was like, yeah, Jaron, nobody has any money because you don't believe in like electricity and shit. Like you don't believe in gravity. Like you don't believe in mathematics or basic physics. Like that kind of limits the jobs you can get. Not a whole lot of jobs in education you can get when you believe the earth is flat and the earth is 5,000 years old and dinosaurs and volcanoes are fake. It's kind of hard to have a real job. But yeah, it's definitely true. It's funny.
There we go. Look up what happens during a bear attack. I'd rather not.
Yeah.
You're alive. You're alive for most of it while it's eating you.
That's terrible.
I've read accounts that they have lasted nearly an hour while the person is on the phone calling for help.
I would sock that bear in the eye socket. Like, yeah,
That's what I would
Do you not think people
was
have tried that over the years? What's this other one? I want to encounter a woman in the woods while I encounter the bear. I can outrun the woman while she distracts the bear. Thanks. And then last says, Mike Steele says, my buddy in Alaska shot a bear with a lever action and the bullet bounced off the bear's skull.
Yeah.
He had to shoot it in its open mouth to kill it.
Yeah.
This is like the great outdoors.
It probably cracked his skull depending on like not diameter, what was it? The dimensions of the bullet. I'm caliber. That probably did that. But yeah, I mean, with a lever action, you're probably going to get. I mean, it's a rifle. We're
That's
talking
wild.
like 2,700 feet per second or something like that. Yeah, you probably cracked the bear's skull, but it probably came off of his head and didn't kill him.
Got
Yeah.
a concussion, and that's it.
Yep.
Back to eating.
What was the next one?
This one right here is that one.
Oh,
I want you guys to tell me what you think about this video.
That's
Okay,
ready to go. Here we go. Oh boy, another one of our favorite topics.
Body count is the same for men and women. Why do women insult men by calling them incels and virgins, but they insult other women by calling them whores? If body count is the same for men and women, why do women lie about their body count and say it's lower than it is when a guy asks them, but when a man's around a group of other men, he lies and says it's higher than it actually is? If body count's the same for men and women, why do women prefer short-term relationships with chads, players, and fuckboys, but when a man hears that a girl that he likes has been with another guy, he feels sick to his stomach? Maybe because body count isn't the same for men and women, and maybe that's not such a bad thing.
What do you guys think?
I've never called a man an incel or a virgin.
Yeah.
Like, that was my first point.
Have you called one a man whore?
I have called you a fucking
Yes.
bitch.
Like,
No, but like, yeah, that's my main point. Is I've never called a man an incel or a virgin. I really don't feel like that hurts enough. But anyway,
Will you date a virgin?
no,
Why?
because I don't want to take that away from them. I will fuck them
Lem-
up. I am toxic. I don't want to take. I don't wanna be
Thank
the
you.
first
You know, I
person.
appreciate you respecting me like
Yeah,
that.
of
Thank you so much.
course.
Your
I
ethics
appreciate
are
it.
admirable.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Any ladies, what do you guys think
that
about
body count is not important. Like that, that's some little kid shit, in my opinion. It's super
As long
childish.
as
to
you're
even
clean,
discuss.
that's all I care
It's
about.
not
Right.
something I would be interested in.
What do you mean?
I wouldn't care to ask.
It's not something I would ask a man.
But
Oh,
they
it's body
ask
count.
you,
No,
right?
but he's asking societally, not about you girls individually. Societally, why? Where does that double standard come from? Does anyone know? What do you think?
Because guys think it's just in their nature. To
Okay,
fuck everything.
but in their nature, what do you think?
What I think.
Yeah.
I am too conservative in this subject.
Okay.
I know that you're into evolution.
Yeah.
You know, and you want to. I mean, if you think about it, animals, they pee and they, make poop in the wild.
I do as well sometimes if it's a long car trip.
You're a human being.
Yes.
And you go to the bathroom.
I do. Just like an animal.
Why you do? No. Why
It's
you do
natural.
that?
It's evolution.
No, but you don't want people to see you do that. Why?
Yeah, but my cat doesn't care.
No,
Neither
because
do my
you
grandma.
have values, you have self-respect.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
right?
Yeah.
You
I
are
see
not
what
a
you're
fucking
saying.
animal.
I see what you're saying. But what I'm saying is, in general, do you notice how like what he said is true? Like, so for instance, women will denigrate.
No, and
Okay.
let me finish.
Yeah.
So my argument is that a lot of men, they're like, it's in my nature, in my, I am from, I don't know, the evolution, whatever. It's my nature to fuck a lot of women.
Okay.
I disagree. I think that women and men shouldn't fuck around.
Okay.
I know this kind of weird. I think psychologically it's not the best for you.
Sure.
For a long relationship, it's not the best for you. But I know this kind of weird.
It's not
I know
weird. What? Anybody else?
I just feel like he's saying, I do agree that women get more like what is the word? I can't even think of the word. Yeah, they get more like of the wrath on them for having like more bodies. And so typically my mom tells me to just say number 7.
Yeah.
So my body count is 7.
You guys all notice that
Yes.
you're all number 7. Go
But
ask
yes,
your
we
everybody,
are number
everybody,
7.
everybody who's
Truth.
listening right
you
now.
don't
Go ask
care
your girlfriend and find
but
out
I'ma be
all of you are
honest.
7. Isn't it crazy? All of you are
Nobody
7.
care about
I'm
being
very much of an
genuine.
open book, so I don't care about my body count. I've said it before.
She's been with 7, but you're friends with her, so you know 25 of the 7 that she's been with.
If a guy ever asked me my body count, I would be like, we could just end this right here.
No,
That's
literally.
important to you.
Whenever a guy has asked me that, I've immediately gotten the ick, and I'm like, because I don't really care about the people you've been with. I really don't want to know about it. As long as you're clean, good, whatever. As soon as you ask me, I'm like, yep, he's immature.
You guys are kind of
So-
feeding into the stereotype.
But
Go ahead.
I have the question for you girls. Like, why you have casual sex?
Because I like it.
Yeah.
But now I
It's
have a
just
boyfriend.
Physically,
I have a
something-
really good
You should
answer
never
for
have
that.
Casual sex. It's horrible. It's
No. I'm saying
it's
like for me, I need to have like emotions to
Yeah, that
Not
makes
doing
it
that.
better.
Casual sex is terrible.
I mean, better.
I also am like that when I'm like with somebody who I'm actually interested in. Like I want that emotional thing. But when I'm single and know that I want to be single and not look for anyone, I'm
Okay, but think about it. Imagine like, well, you have a boyfriend, girlfriend.
Yeah.
Imagine paying all your own bills and being a week before your period. Hello, what's you gonna do about that when there's nobody that you're with in a relationship? Because I'm gonna get mine.
Let's go get time to go
And he's
smash
not gonna
random.
sleep here because I pay these bills.
Smash random.
cuddle afterwards.
You need to make a
Fucking
T-shirt
yeah.
line that says "Smash Random." Smash
Not
Random.
randoms, but I'm just saying, like,
Okay, guys,
sometimes
so I'm
it's a
gonna-
natural instinct for us to want
here's the
that.
part where Michael Sartain ruins everything with the evolutionary psychology
God.
data. Okay, ready? Number 1, David Buss did a study on this. It found out a couple of things. Number 1, in
Everybody
his
drink.
37 culture study of like 10,000 people, he goes all these
You mean
37
that fake
different
one?
cultures. Yeah, he does 37 different cultures. And by the way, it's really funny. A girl argued with me and said that first study was done in 1989, so it doesn't count. It's an evolutionary study.
This should start.
It's a, no. What I'm saying is, if it was done in 1639, it doesn't matter. It's
Yeah.
an evolutionary study. Do you want to know what evolution is? That's not a couple. That's not 30. So it's 38 years old. Well, they did it again in 2012 and found all these same things. So basically, what the study shows is, just so you guys understand, if I were to say that Norwegian people eat less spicy food than Thai people, would the desire for spicy food, would that be cultural or would it be evolutionary? What do you guys think?
Cultural.
Very good. It's cultural. Okay. If I would say in every society, men have more upper body strength than women, is that cultural or is it evolutionary?
Evolution.
You guys understand the difference? If
Yes.
every culture has something, then
I
that
feel like
means
I'm
it's
about to be set
evolutionary.
up.
There's no other excuse
So
because
I have a question.
hold on, let me finish.
Okay.
So
You
like
get it,
yeah,
the guy
again we'll
debated
talk
a
about
minute ago,
like
didn't
we'll
they?
talk about aborigines that live in Australia who don't have a ton of exposure to radio, television, or film, or Yanomamo Indians in Venezuela who don't have a ton of exposure to radio, television, or film. They still want women who are less promiscuous. They still want women who are younger than them. They still want they still compete with each other for access to women. All these things that men do, they do across all these different societies. Men tend to want a 0.7 hip to waist ratio, but it doesn't matter what society in. So because it doesn't matter in what society in, it's evolutionary. It's not cultural. When people talk about Western standards of beauty, that is cope. Western standards of beauty are male evolutionary standards of beauty. We know this to be true, so true, that when we have blind men who have never seen a woman before in their life, and they haptically describe what they want in a hip to waist ratio, even they said they want a 0.7 hip to waist ratio, and they're blind. And here's the craziest part. Here's the craziest part. Here's the craziest part. Does anybody want to guess the most fertile hip to waist ratio that there is in humanity?
7.
0.7. So that's what people want.
All right.
My question is.
Anyway, let me finish. Hold on. So that's the bus study. Then Steve Stewart Williams goes over this and talks about in every culture, when men denigrate other men, they call each other
pussy.
Yeah, they call pussy, fag. They say,
gay,
call each other gay. They denigrate each other's masculinity, including virgin or incel. Men denigrate other men by questioning their masculinity. In every society, women criticize other women by criticizing their promiscuity. In every culture. So men denigrating other men or women denigrating other men because of their masculinity is evolutionary. And men and women denigrating women by calling them whores and sluts, their promiscuity is also evolutionary. It's not cultural, period. The debate is over on this. That's why I've had an issue on this. Like, well, the only reason why this is happening is because westernized standards of Protestantism. That's why women are shamed on having sex. No. Even in Norway, which is the most sexually liberated country on earth for women, even in a country like that where women are encouraged to go to college, get into STEM, not have children, and have a ton of casual sex, even in those countries, women regret casual sex twice the rate that men do because it's not cultural, it's evolutionary. Go ahead.
I don't know. I'm lost. You're being like,
yeah,
like,
that was point.
I mean, no. What I was going to say is that I believe that we are more than just our flesh. We're more than just material stuff.
Sure.
And I think that the red pill is very, very into the utilitaristic stuff. Like in your case, evolution. And for me, it's like, in what point society, women and men decide, like in the Victorian era, where you cannot just, you cannot show skin, you cannot, all that stuff. When we decide that, was society that decided
Generally,
that?
I mean, if you want to go back,
what happened with evolution at that point?
You would say a couple things. Society stepped in, so that's cultural because some societies showed more skin than others. Like the Zulus would show more skin than Victorian England, right? So the difference, because there's a difference, then that's cultural. That's not evolutionary. And so the different.
But why are you just always into the evolutionary subject?
No. It's because it's either one or the other. You have two eyes because of evolution. Do you not say that? Do you not understand that? Do you not understand that you have opposable thumbs because of evolution? It's not a cultural thing. Do you not understand that?
I mean, we can another time speak about evolution.
We can. If you want to debate evolution, you have come to the right place. You have no idea.
But I want to prepare. I want to prepare.
You could prepare for you know what you prepare for 200,000 years, and you might be ready for evolution.
That is something we live in a postmodern world, dude.
Live in a what? Postmodern world?
There is no subjective truth.
You live in a modern world. You can't live in a postmodern world because then it would be in the future.
You know what postmodern world is? We live in a world. What is that postmodern for?
It's a misnomer. It's like pre-boarding an airplane. You can't really do that.
Is not objective truth of anything.
Huh?
I'm not agree with that. I am in this postmodern world. There is not an objective truth.
Listen, even if you're a devout Christian, you believe in it. You have an objective reality.
You know what? You know that science constantly, your studies are changing constantly.
Correct. And who's changing them? But who's changing them? But who's changing them?
What you're saying right now, probably in 5 years, going to be, we changed your mind. Actually, woman.
When there are changes in science, who makes the change? Who reports the changes?
The scientists.
Yeah,
but that is the thing.
Scientists call their
for
own
me,
foul.
it's crazy.
That's what science is.
No. Actually, I'm not against science. What I'm saying is that I don't like my mind to be so close-minded. That is like just science, empirical evidence. It's not empirical all the time. It's changing. Like it's like religion.
Right, but that's part of science.
Religion. A lot of people like you're religious. You believe in something?
Yes, I am religious. Yeah.
What is Catholic? What?
No, non-denominational Protestant.
I'm
I'm sorry.
Sorry. I'm joking. I'm sorry. I cannot help it. Well, okay. You believe something? You're Protestant too, or
Protestant. Good.
Okay. Well, okay.
Close enough.
Well, you're not Catholic or
You
Orthodox.
want to know why I'm not Catholic?
Orthodox.
Because it says in the Bible that you should not put any other God before me, and Catholics lay rosaries at the Virgin Mary's feet. Virgin Mary wasn't a deity.
Well, I was
and
Jehovah's
did not die a
Witnesses,
virgin.
and I was
Number one.
with my Bible.
Number two, it says in the Bible you don't pray to dead people, like it says in Catholicism. Number three, it says that you don't need an intercessor to get to God. You don't need a priest.
I imagine
four,
that you are interested in true Christianity. I'm not even Christian. I want to clarify that I'm not even Christian, right?
Okay.
But I feel interested about
Can
it.
you move to your right and you move to your left? You guys need to fuse.
Yeah, we got to get you.
I need nuclear fusion here.
We got to get you in the shot.
Move that way. Move that way. Move that way. Move that way. Look on the screen.
Conversation, but I'm not sure if you guys are going to like that.
Go ahead, please. I definitely like it.
Okay, it's very simple.
Okay.
The more a woman has sex with other men, their value decreases.
Okay.
And 9 times out of 10, men provide a lot of value to a woman's life. If a man does everything for a woman, why would he want someone who is so easily accessible? If you're a man who does so much, why would you want that for yourself? So yeah, I'm just gonna say that for now. But
I fully agree.
However,
with this.
okay. However, I will say, life is too short, and people should do whatever they want. This is how I feel. That's just what it is. The more, as a woman, the more men you sleep with, your value decreases.
Listen, can you move 6 inches to your left here?
It
Move to your
doesn't.
left. I know you don't know what
There you
6
go. I
inches
got
is
it.
because you don't have casual sex, so you don't know what 6 inches is. But move this way. Move
towards us.
this way. Move towards us.
One of the reasons why Giovanna and I got back together is because she didn't want to add more miles, and she felt like it was recycling.
That's not why, but it was a joke
But
I made.
I will
it's
say,
recycling penis. It's good for the planet.
Yes. I will say though, if anybody can fuck it, like it doesn't matter how good looking you are, and I'm happy to like
It's
have
not
fun,
attractive.
but there's no way that
is so
we're gonna get.
utilitarian.
But
So everybody thinks that our bodies are just like
it's evolution,
like a
though.
thing.
To your
like
point.
You
take
so
something-
this is a very common what's called naturalistic fallacy.
Yes.
You think that Rolo and I are saying men should have more sex. We're explaining why men throughout history have
okay.
yeah. We're not saying that they should or should not. That's up to you. Okay. I have a lot of clients who don't want to have sex before marriage.
Yeah.
That's your decision.
have-
But the point is the reason why a lot of men have the attributes they have is because women reward those attributes with sex and
I
babies.
disagree with that kind of
Again,
women too.
but
I'm going to say something.
Okay.
Like you two are Christians, right? You're
Yes.
Protestant, and you having right now. You talk about the Bible.
Yeah.
You're sinning right now.
Of course.
You having sex outside the
but
marriage.
I'm trying to think. I have a sin
Huh.
counter. It's a new app that it's got.
Exactly. Yeah,
it
yeah.
counts my
Holy
sins
water.
per
No,
day.
you should do that too.
I should do
for the
something?
Christian, for
We
the
don't
Christian
have-
man.
again,
They
we don't
are
have holy water. We're
hypocritical.
Protestant.
I just
Hypocritical.
want to agree with what she said about how life is too short.
Life is too short.
to have the same dick forever.
Because,
Okay.
like, why everything is about sex? Why?
No,
not everything's
We're
about
not
sex.
saying
Why?
everything's about sex, but when
This
I want to
conversation.
feel good,
I think
and
everything's
wanna
about sex in that because you're not having that much enough sex.
I fucked my husband yesterday. So
Okay.
No, really.
Yeah.
Life,
So it's not about that. And actually, that is the thing. Like, if I don't fuck my husband, who cares? Because it's not about that.
Right,
It's
because
not
I
about
think
that.
He cares. I'm pretty
No,
sure he
no.
cares.
No, he cares. Obviously, he's a man. I understand that. What I'm saying is that it's more into men, and I want to believe that. I want to believe there is more in women and men that just
Then-
fucking around. I
See,
want to believe that.
and I agree
Yeah, but no
with
one's
that,
arguing that there isn't.
No,
Yeah,
yeah. Man, the way you're always your
One more time.
clients-
I'm describing.
Your clients always all the time are like just judging women by their bodies.
Who's my clients? What are you talking
Yeah, well, the guys are in the chats or whatever. I don't know.
about? Those aren't my
Like-
clients.
No, well,
No.
they don't have the money, right? For your services, whatever. The point is that now that I know that you both are Christian, for me it's crazy that you're in the manosphere. It's like what?
Oh,
Why do you
don't
think
know
that-
what the
well,
manosphere is?
well, okay,
That's the point.
So,
Yeah.
barring the fact that you're ignorant of what the manosphere is, and I mean that in the clinical sense. I'm not trying to insult you.
Oh.
But the thing is that a lot of people don't understand. I've written 6 books. You know, what my
Yeah.
4th book was was based on?
About faith?
It was
Religion.
about religion. And it's titled Religion.
All right.
I
And
wrote
what is
that.
about?
I took 3 years of my life to do the research.
Yeah.
And I did interviews, like I said, from 2017, and I published in 2021. So about like 3 years of my life to put this thing together, because I knew that if I wasn't absolutely fucking bulletproof on it, somebody somewhere in some denomination that would have a problem with it. So I try to say as much as I can. But the reason why I did, like, let me explain the reason why I wrote this is because from day one, since I've been doing this about 25 years now, since day one, I've had people tell me this. They would say, Rollo, I am a Christian. I am a Muslim. I am whatever. And I everything you're saying is true. Everything that you've said to me is true, but I have this conviction and I don't believe in premarital sex. How can I sort of square that circle?
Yeah.
That's what that book was
No
for.
problem.
And guess what? I'm in the manosphere, and I wrote that book.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. To help those guys.
I
out.
genuinely I'm saying this out of empathy. I think you have no idea what the manosphere is. I think you have no idea what the manosphere
You
is.
talk with me like, oh, sweetheart, like.
Yeah, but
no, I don't need
but it's the
to
manosphere.
sugar.
But it's the manosphere.
No, okay. Now I'm asking you, like, I want to know your posture about that. Like, what do you think about like a Christian man about sex before marriage in your book?
Coming from being a Catholic,
Yeah,
like I'm a very open-minded like person. My virginity was taken away from me at a very young age. So when I go into having casual sex, it's because I'm choosing to, because I like the attention, and also because I got taken away at a young age. I didn't even have the choice. So coming from a Catholic and talking about things like this, I think that you can indulge in things that you want to enjoy and live your life. And that's where we're coming from, is like, yes, you don't want just one dick the whole fucking time. Like, if you want to do that, that's okay. But if you also don't, that's also okay. There's no right or wrong with it. If you're this way, that's okay.
I
If
said
you're
that we
way,
live
that's
in,
okay.
that is the thing that I said. We live in the
Period.
postmodern world. There is no
Like, when I'm in a
objective truth. Is
when
what
I'm
I'm
in a
saying.
I
relationship,
don't understand. Gravity is not real. What do you mean there's no objective truth?
You know, it's not my fault, dude. I didn't invent postmodernism. It exists.
No. Hey, no. Hold on.
It's not
Let
my
me help you,
fault.
Nanette. You didn't invent postmodernism,
No.
but I can just discard it because it means
Yeah,
nothing.
totally.
I can't.
You
the
can do that.
electromagnetic force is an objective truth.
Literally, that is postmodernism.
Yeah,
Dude.
then-
It is insane.
Then those people are more than welcome
But
to
the
be
truth
poor
is that
and
we
lonely.
live
I don't care
in-
what they think.
We live in a time where there's not objective truth. I'm sorry.
We do live in a time there is objective truth,
No,
regardless.
because I said to you, like, the
OJ did or did not kill Nicole.
He did.
Yeah,
He did.
again, one more time. He
Here's
did or
the
did not kill Nicole. It's not an objective.
I mean,
it's not a subjective
we
truth.
were just talking about Candace Owens and this guy that I forgot his name.
Andrew Wilson.
Yeah, and you can say that there is objective truth there.
There is no subjective truth in there. 100%. The DNA is
I
on
know
the
that
bullets.
you
The DNA is on
have
the
your
gun. The
idea about
DNA,
that,
the
but
DNA is
I
on the
don't-
towel. The DNA is on the screwdriver, and he
When I
admits to
saw-
being in the
when-
footage.
when
That
I
is
saw-
objective truth.
When I saw the video, I was like, "What is wrong with Andrew Wilson?" By the way, he was so bored for some reason.
So bored?
Yeah, he looks like, I don't know. He
Yeah, that's
he
why
in
he
general.
lost. In general, that's what I hear. When I hear Andrew Wilson lost, it's because you don't like him. It's not because
I
of what
don't-
he said.
Actually, I read the book of his wife. What is the name of his wife?
I don't
Rachel.
know.
It's about
Oh no, his
feminism.
wife Rachel. Yeah, I don't know the name
It's
of the book.
about
Yeah, I know
feminism,
his
and
wife,
I find it
absolutely.
interesting. I have my opinions about it.
Well, of course you do, because she based the whole thing on the fact that her proposal is that feminism is from the occult. That's why.
Yeah, and I
That's why.
find it
And so
very
I'm sure that it
interesting.
appeals
Shout out to Rachel
your-
Wilson. We
Uh,
want her on the show. Come out here, Rachel.
I want to
Take
say
it from
something.
you.
Sure it
I want
appeals
to.
to you.
No. You think I'm feminist?
No, I don't think you're feminist. I think
Okay.
that the
Because
book.
you're talking
I think
with
that the
this
book. I
tone,
think that the
like,
book. Well,
I'm not
honestly,
feminist
if
to
you ask
start
me
with.
that again, I think everybody is feminist.
So-
but
Oh
the
yeah,
thing is,
actually I
yes,
agree.
everyone.
Because
Someone-
we were raised by women.
Okay,
in
time out. But
the-
you know how people might mistake you for feminists? That's how you mistake the manosphere. You don't know what the manosphere is.
It's funny. It's funny because I was talking about that with my husband. Like, everybody probably in this place thinks that I'm a feminist because I'm just defending women. But it's
And
not.
everyone-
Not
every-
even in
and
this
everyone
situation,
thinks that
I feel like
I'm
you're not
in the
defending
manosphere
women.
because
No,
I'm
the
friends with
last
Rolo.
time. No, the
Yeah,
last
no,
time.
But even
The
in this
last
conversation,
time.
I feel like you're not defending women because
No, I
you're-
agree, but I'm just saying
The
like that's
last-
not why. It's
no,
not because
no.
of my viewpoints.
You can
Go ahead,
watch the
Giovanna.
show.
Go ahead.
No, I just have an analogy for this. You know, going back to what she said, life is really too short.
Okay.
It's like, you know, if a woman decides to be a side piece, are you okay with that arrangement? if you're okay with that arrangement,
is the woman okay
is
with that
the
arrangement?
woman. If you as a woman are okay with that arrangement, then who cares what everybody else says?
Wow, okay.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I don't have a problem with that either.
Are you?
And
are
if you're
you
bitching
okay
about
with
it, but
that?
you're still doing it,
Yeah,
what does that mean?
That's the problem.
I'm going back to the main
Giovanna,
topic.
go ahead.
So I'm going back to the main topic. You know, as a woman, the more men you have sex with, your value decreases. That's just the way the cookie crumbles. That's the way the world works. But who cares about what people think? If you want to do that, and then do that. You know, to each his own.
I want to know why you feel offended about what I say.
I just feel like
I'm gonna be honest. I didn't feel offended. I just feel like you aren't understanding why women do it sometimes. And I don't get offended by it because I'm an open book. I can tell you how many bodies I've had. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Because I know my reasoning behind it.
But I
don't
understand
think,
what I'm saying.
But I
right?
don't think you're the person
felon.
to be judging people for doing that and saying whether it's right or wrong. That's where I disagree with you.
Yeah, but I'm not judging anybody.
It's
the only
coming
thing,
off as
no,
that.
I feel like she's more like needs to just understand it from a different side. I feel like
I'm understanding of your side.
Okay,
I'm
going
going to
get
it.
To you.
Yeah.
What
but
I think
feel like
about women and men is I'm judging the men. If you think I'm judging the men, same as women. What I think is that we live in the present society where sex is like buying shoes. Like it's so sad. Yeah, it's like
That sounds a little judgmental. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I feel like you
That sounds a little
shouldn't
bit
judge
judgmental.
people.
We do
on
live
what
in
they
Vegas.
do that.
for me, sex should be is my personal opinion because we live in a postmodern world, by the way.
I don't know what that. I choose to not live in a postmodern world.
Google it.
I know what a postmodern world is. It's horseshit. I don't care that other people think they live in a postmodern
the
world.
point is
I
that-
understand that the speed of light is 186,282 miles a second. It doesn't make any difference what anyone else's objective reality is.
1 second with her. Okay. The point is that I think that if you want to have sex or whatever you want, you should do it. But for me, sex is something special. It's something that you need to connect because if you think about it, even physically, vagina, penis, literally you're connecting. Like I don't know how to explain it.
And I'm not.
And NASA we call it docking.
Yeah.
In NASA we call it
I
docking.
100% agree on that because that's how my mom raised me. But guess what? That's not how the cookies fucking crumble.
I have something to say.
All right, let's table
I'm
this
gonna
one. I got
be
something
honest.
else for you. Hold on.
Okay, hold on.
All right,
Scream,
screen.
my mom. I love you.
Screen
I
time.
have
All
one
right.
thing.
I'll let Gigi
All right,
go. Gigi go. Gigi go.
One
quick.
thing to say about what Miss One Dick Forever said. Just because
I understand why people do the things they do.
to have fun with somebody without being in a relationship doesn't make you a side bitch, first of all. So I don't know why you said you want to be a side bitch or because casual sex doesn't always mean being a side bitch.
It doesn't
Like what
mean
if
they're in a
you're fucking a
relationship
dude that's
if you
single?
both are single. Like that is the thing. Like,
Right.
I
So you're
preface the
saying that it's like
she was talking
everybody's
about an
choice,
actual
but they
side
aren't
piece.
really
I preface the conversation by saying I have an analogy to share. So it wasn't
right.
like
And I just felt like you could have worded that better though.
Perspective and viewpoint dictates your.
No.
Yeah, I think there's
Okay,
just like
points
Me,
made.
it's just
So here's the thing,
analogy.
guys. Here it is. Here it is. If you want to sleep with a bunch of people, that's fine, just as long as you're honest about it. If you don't want to
if
sleep
you
with any,
don't,
if you don't want to
that's
sleep with
fine.
any, if you don't want to sleep with anybody,
That is what the Bible says.
stop. If
nobody-
you don't want to sleep,
to be a bunch of people.
oh my God, stop, time out. If you don't want to sleep with a bunch of people, that's fine as long as you want to be honest about it. The
No.
problem is when you are a former adult actress like Lana Rhoades or Mia Khalifa, and then you start complaining that the world is judging you because of the fact you slept with a bunch of people.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I'm saying. Just don't be a hypocrite. That's just don't be a hypocrite. I don't
Like-
care
like
if you want to sleep with a bunch of people, and then high status dudes don't want to date you because you ended up going to Drake's party or because you ended up on Clavicular's live stream, and they're like, "Yo, you've been passed around too much, and I don't want to be a part of this." You just don't be mad when men feel that way. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just telling you there are consequences that happen. If you abuse anabolic steroids, it's going to hurt your liver and kidneys. If you keep sleeping around with a bunch of men and other men find out about it, there is a certain classification of men that isn't going to want to date you. And I'm not here to I'm not here to say that they're right or wrong.
You can still
I'm
get
just telling
fucked
you
though.
straight. Yes, you can still have sex. All right,
That
let's
is
go.
the only thing that
All right,
matters
guys,
for
time
you,
out. Let's
right?
go.
All right. You got a lot of explaining to do.
Oh, no.
You have a
what
lot
is
of
this?
explaining to do,
What
Mr.
is this?
Sartain. Captain, this is for you.
If you want to understand why people do the things they do, don't try forensic psychology, try evolutionary psychology. Professors are going to get angry when you tell them that you're looking at evolutionary psychology. Because evolutionary psychology is offensive because it's true. All of it is true. It is the most accurate description of human psychology.
They use Dr. David Buss and evolutionary psychology as the backbone of everything they basically promote to men. They're using real science, but they're drawing a false conclusion. EvoPsych is a legitimate field, but they're treating it like an end-all, be-all, finished rule book that proves everything that the manosphere says. That's not how science works, and it's definitely not what the EvoPsych researchers say. Let's talk about the guy he's citing. Dr. David Buss is the founder of evolutionary psychology and the most cited researcher in the field. He's the manosphere's favorite scientist. But what does Dr. Buss actually say? His own foundational study, over 10,000 people across 37 cultures, found that both men and women ranked kindness and intelligence above looks, above status, and above dominance. His research shows that for long-term partners, women prioritize kindness, dependability, and emotional stability. And when asked directly about the manosphere 80-20 doomer stats, Buss called them a misrepresentation. The actual founder of the field that Sartain bases his entire worldview on contradicts him point after point. He's using the credibility of science, but ignoring what the science actually finds. This is the trick that the manosphere and the red pill run. They wrap their bitter worldview inside of a lab coat. They're counting on their own followers to never read the research themselves. And here's the real tell. Real science is full of nuance, uncertainty, incomplete findings, and caveats. When someone tells you a whole field is simply true, all of it, no exceptions, and it just so happens to confirm that women are shallow and men should be ruthless, that becomes more of an ideology than a science. EvoPsych is real. What the manosphere and the red pill does with it is not. He should read the actual research that he keeps citing.
You need to read that research, man.
I like this last comment. Why does the
why are you making
Rock
that
the
face?
bartender have 6 baby mamas? And like that's
I want to know what she has to say because she was like making a face.
Go ahead.
Okay, one, I want to know where this content creator's PhD is at, first off. Second off, when has the word shallow ever been used to describe a woman?
Whoops.
Or
Whoops.
I'm throwing that out there right now. Like, those were never terms used. This is clearly clickbait, in my opinion.
Yeah, so
Yeah, you're right.
This is a great. This is
And now we're going to dissect this and rip them to shreds.
So let me help you out, guys. So obviously, I actually talked to Dr. Buss last week. One of the things that's going on here is what'll happen is you'll have a bunch of content creators, and one of them will say X, and then whatever any of the other content creators say, X will be attributed to them. So I've never said 80-20 rule, but they keep saying that I say 80-20 rule, even though I've never said that. I believe it was this content creator. I'm not sure. This is the guy who got destroyed by Andrew Wilson.
Andrew, yeah,
I remember that.
Logic. Yes.
Okay, so the thing about it is, in this case, he's talking about 80-20 rule. That's from dating app data, and I don't really cite the dating app data, or I cite it as
I
being
do
realistic.
all the time.
For sure. I cite data. What's Mads Larsen's peer-reviewed study that he does from the GSS. I do cite data from that, which goes over the top 10% most promiscuous men have 57% of sexual relationships. That's not a misrepresentation. That's actually true. So what he says before about men being ruthless and women being shallow, of course, I'd be willing to bet $100,000, $500,000. He cannot find any data where I'm telling men to be ruthless or women to be shallow. And then finally, the part that he obviously misrepresents is the idea of being kind and being intelligent in a relationship. I've always said you should be kind, intelligent in a relationship, but that's for a long-term relationship. Yes. My job is to help men. You already know where I'm going with this. My job is to help men before they get into a relationship. Because if the bottom third of men, according to Deborah So from the book Sextinction, she's a professor at York University. Deborah So talks about a third of men and 20% of women are going sexless without the last year. That third of men who are going sexless, they're not worried about long-term relationships. So long-term relationship is step number 17. I'm trying to get them through step number 1. And in step number 1, a lot of them are being ignored. I don't need to use dating app data. Dating app data doesn't matter. A lot of people are getting off dating apps. I can use any kind of statistical data that shows a lower birth rate and a lower marriage rate in general, because women are choosing fewer and fewer men, and then women are leaving relationships. And here's one of the craziest things I've seen, one of the craziest stats. It was Stanford. They did a study, and it shows that 70% of divorces are initiated by women. But if it is a regular relationship and it's not marriage, it's 50-50. Isn't that crazy? It almost seems like women are actually incentivized to leave marriages in general. In general, you'll see women break up about the same amount that men do. But here's the last part that I want to go over, and I'm actually going to click this and show it to Dr. Buss so we can have a good laugh. The main part is the idea that I would tell anyone how to act because of evolutionary psychology. Again, I would challenge him. $100,000. There's not a single time where I say that evolutionary psychology describes how you should act, but it describes it describes it. Correct. Yeah. So in psychology, or not psychology, in science, you have theory and you have law. Law is what does happen. Theory describes why it happens. If I were to sit there and talk about parental investment theory or parental investment hypothesis, in general, men are more or less selective than women. It doesn't men should be less selective than women. Let me say that again, okay? And by the way, first person who ever said this to me was Dr. Buss when he came on my show. And the thing, one more time, let me say this again. In parental investment hypothesis, which was 1972 by Robert Trivers, who was a graduate student at Harvard, the idea is in a two-gender species, the gender that has the smaller gonad, that is the one who actually competes with each other for the more selective of the two genders. In this case, for Homo sapiens, it would be females. And in that case, what happens is when people hear that, they think what that means is women should be more selective and men should be more promiscuous. That's not what I said. I have never presented anything like that. This is what's called what he just did is called a specious claim, if you guys want to look it up, and it's also called gaslighting. Because if you were to if you were to look it up, you would find, oh, that's right, Michael actually never said those things. Yeah. He also, I think it was this creator before, said something about that I had used dating app data when I clearly didn't. It was like just a blatant lie.
I've been on the show so many times and you've never. And if you have used it, you've been in contact. Oh, this is from this, and this is a topic. Like, but you've never. All of your stuff is evolutionary.
Yes.
And it's never saying, again, like you said, oh, you need to act like this, or Ming, you can act like this because of this.
Yes,
it's
I've
like,
never
promoted that.
How many times? Hold on, one more time. Yes. How many times have I said on this show, you should not cheat on your girlfriend? I've said that. Times. I've said it 100 times. You should not cheat on your girlfriend because you're being dishonest. It's not you shouldn't cheat.
But why is wrong to be dishonest?
Because I have a standard for myself. The cadet. Hold on, let me finish. The cadet code of conduct. When I joined the military, I will not lie, cheat, or steal, nor I tolerate anyone amongst us who does. This content creator stated that I stated when I said Mads Larson data, he stated that I was using dating app data. So it's okay for him to lie, but not when I do it. I choose not to lie.
For me, it's funny the society loves to use the moral and ethicals of Christian when they're not Christian. You two
I understand,
Christian.
but again,
you two are. At least you have that.
Listen to me.
Nanette, why is wrong to cheat?
Nanette, please stop. Okay. Just please. I love. Please. I'm not ascribing any morality. That's the problem. The problem is this: when I say will not lie, cheat, or steal, that's a choice I make. Other people can make other choices. But if I describe the reason why men in general have more upper body strength than women, and I say it's because men throughout history have been the purveyor of be the ones who hunt, compete with each other, build the fortifications. If I say I'm doing that, that doesn't mean men should be stronger than women. It just means that they are because of this evolutionary reason. And so what people like him are doing is they're hoping that you don't take the time to understand what the difference between prescription and description. In this case, what I do is I describe. What I prescribe in general are things that I've seen work because I have 4,700 clients and they do well. And I have said this more than 100 times. If you are holding your wife's baby in your arms as a man, it's okay to cry because she earned that. She was somebody who sacrificed you. And in that case, you can absolutely be vulnerable to that woman. And you should care about her and be honest and kind because she has sacrificed for you. But when I'm on a first date, I don't know you. I don't need to be vulnerable, excessively vulnerable to you. I don't believe that stoicism is toxically masculine like the APA said in 2018. Before, Nanette, please stop. Okay. Please stop. What they said in 2018. What I'm trying to say before is this idea that we're telling you how to live your life. No, what we're doing is describing things. And when we describe these things, like ideas of hypergamy and the fact that the mid-tier woman is not interested in the mid-tier man, that is true. They're just not interested. In general, they're not. Now, if you take them, here's the other part. This is a part that someone like this would never, ever, he definitely will not react to this. When you take women from an unfamiliar environment to a familiar environment, then all of a sudden, all those attributes that Chad and Tyrone have that beat the average man, those all go away. The Lucy Hunt 2015 study that shows that as people knew each other for longer periods of time, the correlation between their physical attractiveness went to zero. It was statistically insignificant from zero. So what I teach my men specifically, not that men need to be ruthless. Again, $50,000 if you can find one time where I've ever said men should be ruthless. Not that women are shallow. I don't say that women are shallow. What I've said before is you take women from an unfamiliar environment to a familiar environment. That's called social circle. And when you do so and you start having group activities, galas, you rescue animals together and you do different things like that. When you do that in case, what happens is all the attributes like your ability to lead, your competency, your relevancy, your intelligence,
your kindness,
your humor, your kindness, those things can show up. But me being physically unattractive to a woman and going up to her and being like, I read, I'm kind, let me buy you flowers, that doesn't work. And that's the point I'm trying to make. And I've had hundreds of women come on here and agree with me. And that's the problem. And so here's the other part that happens. Nanette, I will give you a chance to talk. I know it's really hard. I know you're having a hard time right now. Chill out. I promise you. Okay? You should start your own podcast. Just seriously.
Really? Yeah.
Like seriously. Okay. The other part is this is the other thing that happens. So the majority of my friends are female. And I'm a male performance coach. I should have 99% male following. My following is about 84% male. I have 16,000 female followers on Instagram, which is about 38,000 women that follow me. In doing so, content creators like him, and there's other pickup artists and different people who criticize me. One of the things they have a very difficult time with is why are there so many girls that come on your show that speak so highly of you? Why is it this happens so much? And the answer is always, oh, those girls are always sex workers. They call all of you sex workers because you come on the show. In fact, they might say things like club. You guys are club girls.
SWs.
So any girl who agrees with me is a pick me and a sex worker, but yet these content creators speak for women. No, they don't. They don't understand. The problem is I have more experience, more reference, more testimonials, and I have a higher Trustpilot score than they do. And what happens is because they keep losing clients to me, they make these specious. It's not just him. We had the other one with the Austin Dunham. And listen, no disrespect to Austin Dunham, but he makes this ridiculous video about if you take pictures with women, then other women find it unattractive. The problem is there's guys who do it and they end up with women. It works. It does work. And here's the other part thank you very much. The other thing is I would love for you guys to check out, it's the David Putt's study that goes over the idea of physical formidability versus physical attractiveness. Yeah. Women rate a certain group of men as physically attractive. Men rate a different group of men.
That's crazy.
Women rate a group of women great. Okay.
Great.
I said great so many times. I'm trying to not.
What you're saying is on point.
I'm trying not to trigger YouTube. In this David Putt study, women rate other men as physically attractive, and then men rate other men as being more physically dominant. And in the case, they came back 18 months later, and the women rating the men as, again, if you don't argue with me, argue with Rob Henderson. He's the one who presented this on Chris Williamson. When women rated other men as being more physically attractive, those men got no more sex. The correlation of them having more sex was 0. When the men were rated as more physically dominant or more look like they could win a fight, those men had significantly more sexual partners. Because the reality is this, I'm going to keep saying this. In general, men are poor at describing what they actually end up dating. Men will say they want X and end up dating Y, and women are also poor at this as well. And so when you listen to women consistently tell you what women are attracted to, again, like in this David Buss study, I'm not saying women don't prize intelligence and kindness. What I'm saying is they prize intelligence and kindness in men they're already attracted to. Yes. That's it. And it just, because it's so impossible. And if they would just address that one point, which they cannot do, and I can show you speed dating studies, I can show you several different studies that will completely debunk everything that was said before. Nanette, I'm almost done. I know this is hard for you. Just calm down for 1 second. In doing so, one of these things is I'm making a clear point. I nothing but I don't know who the content creator is, but I hope he does well. Maybe this is like a good grift for him, a great way for him to make money. But in general, one of the things that happens is when you keep saying things like this, unfortunately, some people actually do the research. It's hilarious when he's like, "You should read the research." I literally on text messaging with Steve Stewart Williams and Mac and Murphy all last week. The idea that these evolutionary psychologists contact me and we talk all the time because I do represent what they say. And you're right. David Buss called the 80-20 rule a misrepresentation, and so did I. I've never said it was an 80-20 rule. Do 80% of women find 20% of men attractive? But yes, it's the other way around. But it doesn't mean 80% of women date 20% of men because of assortative mating. That's essentially what happens. But on their assortative mating journey, if you were to look at the statistics, you'll find that men who are in the top 20% most promiscuous end up having sex with about 74% of women overall. And in the middle of the distribution, it's about 97% of women. I'm not saying women are only choosing Chads. I am saying that women, when they get a chance and they're stepping into casual sex land, they do choose Chads. And there's nothing offensive about it. It doesn't mean women are shallow. It doesn't mean women are sluts. It means that women have the ability to be more selective than men. And the reason why, again, 1972, parental investment hypothesis. At no point did I ever claim to be a victim. And at no point did I ever blame women. Again, the problem is when I keep working with domestic abuse charities, when next month, I'm actually hosting 2 months, I'm hosting a charity for breast cancer awareness. When all these women come to support my causes, they never have anything to say. They call them club girls or sex workers. It doesn't make any difference that none of that is true. Whenever they have a woman say, I don't like that, you should be just kind to women and just be yourself, then all of a sudden those women, their agency and opinion matters, but the women I talk to, their agency and opinion doesn't matter because it doesn't fit with other people's narrative. All right, go ahead.
Literally.
I dissociate for a while, sorry. Because it's too
You did
long.
what for a while?
Disassociate.
Disassociate.
Yeah, dissociate.
So you didn't
And
hear
you
him.
blocked out. She,
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
zoned
because it was
out
too
a
long.
little bit. She
My-
wasn't listening.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
moving
think
on.
no, pause. I think that you're mad at me. I
What?
think that you're mad at me.
Oh, girl,
Yeah,
I'm not
no.
mad at you.
Come on. I
Yeah.
don't have like I feel
No,
that you
me
feel
either.
attacked by my
But this
comment.
is just a podcast that we can debate. And
Michael,
you just said you were
you're very well
disassociated.
read. It
Go ahead.
seems like
Yeah.
you know
No,
the
I want
leaders
to
of
say,
the world.
Hey, I heard you for 20
Okay,
minutes
Nanette,
and
go
I-
ahead,
I
go.
didn't
Nanette,
have,
go.
like, the
Please.
opportunity to say something.
Okay, cool.
And then you go. No, actually, what I was going to say, I wasn't even debating the video.
Yeah.
My
But it's
mind-
important we do debate the video
Oh,
since
yeah.
we're on a
But-
show
but
that talking about the
it
video.
was kind of funny that you thought that I was against you.
No,
when
it
I
wasn't that. It
didn't.
wasn't that. Is that you were interrupting like consistently when I'm get it. Because so for instance, the point I was trying to make, I was stacking one piece of data on another, and then after the second one, you're interrupting me. No, I need because I have the third piece of data.
All
I
right.
understand that you disassociated, but for some people out there who are academics and want to look this stuff up, they would need to
Oh,
hear the data.
You also like you are talking about women all the time, but you did this small like commentaries like you small poor thing like
I'm so
Nah,
confused.
you being-
I don't think
nah,
I
you're
did that
doing
at
it
all.
So
right now.
honest, he has never done that.
You're well with me, not with you. But the point is that what I was going to say is that for me right now, what I've been thinking is that it's interesting. Like, you can explain me what is the manosphere? Because
Yes.
constantly you're telling me you don't know what is the manosphere. You don't know.
Correct. I don't
Okay.
think you do.
Yeah. Okay. Explain me. Like
Okay.
the short version.
Okay, so I'm going to give you, there's two manospheres. The original manosphere were a group of men who got together in different forums to try to help one another out, but it didn't just deal with male-female dynamics. It also dealt with like dealing with housing inflation. It dealt with the fact that men were being employed less. It had to deal with the fact
The
that men,
problems of men, right?
yes, it
Yeah.
did. It did. Correct. It did.
Yeah,
In general, it dealt with the problems of men.
Yeah.
Now that's not what the manosphere anymore is.
Okay.
The manosphere is whatever people who don't like the manosphere, they call those people in the manosphere. And I'll give you an example. Fortune magazine this week came out with a study calling the manosphere a multi-billion-dollar business. And again, I'll say this again, $50,000 to anyone who can come on my show and then show me, you have to go person by person and show me that the manosphere does $2 billion in a 12-month period. You will not be able to show it. You have to show your numbers beforehand. You will not be, it's not 100 creators did $5 million. We have to go creator by creator and get to $2 billion. That will never happen. You won't even get to $300 million. Complete specious lie. The thing is, when that video comes out, what they do is they say, Mr. Beast is in the manosphere. What? Mr. Beast? Candace Owens is in the manosphere.
No.
What?
Yeah.
No. Hold on. They say Patrick Bet-David is in the manosphere. What does Patrick Bet-David talk about that's male-centered only? Nothing. Patrick Bet-David's only in the manosphere. Why? Because he interviewed Andrew Tate. So according to that, sounds to me like Pierce Morgan is also in the manosphere because he also interviewed Andrew Tate. So what they say is, they say all these people are in the manosphere. Oh, they're not in the manosphere. The only way you get in the manosphere now is if someone who hates you says that guy's in the manosphere. Does that make sense?
Like
when
with
they
a
did,
negative connotation.
for
right?
sure.
Right.
For instance, when they did that inside the manosphere propaganda, they put Sneeko in the manosphere. In what world is Sneeko in the manosphere? Sneeko is not. Do you remember Sneeko's workout program?
Well,
What was Sneeko's dating fucking program? Sneeko is not in the manosphere.
actively said
Correct.
he like hates the red pill,
Correct,
hates the guys in the
correct.
manosphere, hates everybody, and I mean, and even Andrew Tate on like to this day still has disavowed the red pill
Yes,
so
yes,
many times. I
yes.
can't even remember how many times
Now,
he's
now it
disavowed
gets even crazier. Mooncat says that Chris Williamson's in the manosphere, and Chris Williamson and Scott Galloway create a whole other segment called the gentle manosphere so that they're not in the manosphere anymore. The manosphere is what, again, if I'm a Republican.
Wait. I guess Dr. Phil is in the manosphere because I was on his fucking show
Correct.
one time. Like, oh, you're part of the
Correct.
manosphere.
You were on Dr. Phil?
Yeah.
I want to watch the episode.
Yeah, just look it up. You can look it up.
Oh
You
my
can see it.
God, what?
So again, The way it works is if I want to switch political parties, I can, and Fortune would respect that. If I switch my gender, Fortune would respect that. If I switch my religion, Fortune would respect that. If I switched my denomination, or if I switched whether or not I was in a union or a fraternity, Fortune magazine would respect that. But if I say that Patrick Bet-David's not in the manosphere, they decided that he is. That to me is internet bigotry. That's what I find it to be. Basically, what they did is called.
You are part of the first phase of
I'll tell you that right now.
So he is 100%. At no point did I ever say, I have passively stated I'm in the manosphere, but I'm only in the manosphere because other people call me, say that people have put me there. I'm not offended by it, by the way.
Because
I sit next to him. I fully accept it. I don't mind it because the manosphere doesn't offend me. My point is, at no point did I say, give me my manosphere membership card. Here is my money for the manosphere membership. The whole thing about being in the manosphere is a complete spurious claim. Now, people who say they're in the manosphere, like I'm sure Casey Zander or like James Sexton is a great example. He's right there on the cusp. Some people would say he is, and some people would say he isn't. Stephen Bartlett is definitely not in the manosphere, but people say he is. Why? Because he makes money. Chris Williamson they say he's in the manosphere. Why? Because he makes money. What does Patrick Bet-David and Aiden Ross have in common? The answer is they both supported Trump.
Egotism.
They both supported Trump, and they both made money. There's nothing else. So my point is, the word manosphere means nothing anymore because it's only people who hate the manosphere who define if you're in the manosphere.
Well, you're putting your head.
I don't even know what it means. So
well, and you also have to remember. Let me throw it. Since I've been part of this for a quarter century now, you got to remember that there was no term manosphere back in like 2009, 2010, because that was before I believe it was a feminist writer at Mother Jones decided that they were going to needed some sort of catch-all phrase for all these people that they were trying to organize and put into this one box. It was basically guys who were in the self-improvement niches. They were in finance, money, muscles, and game, right? They were into fitness. They were into money. They were into like the seduction communities and stuff like that. And then they couldn't they didn't want to address each one separately, so they would grab them all together, and it was meant to be a derogatory, like an insult to say, oh, you're part of the manosphere, right? And so what happened was the guys who are in that group now then took that word away from them.
Yes.
And they used it for, you're damn right, we're in the manosphere, right? So they took that word away from, in a way.
In a lot of ways,
it is the power away from it.
But it also is blaming everything you don't like on we're not going to say the name of that group that lives in Israel. We're not going to say them, but blaming everything you don't like on them. It's the same. Anyone who says you're in the manosphere when you don't have a choice to do so is the same people who say those people control everything in your life and that's why you're a victim. It's the same level of internet bigotry. It's the same level of internet bigotry.
And that's where I've gotten to the same point where it's like I'm open and conversation stuff like that. People put you in a box. People say, oh, this and that. I don't give a fuck because I know who I am. I know what I believe in. I know the opinions that I have. I'm also very understanding, and you guys have always been so understanding on the show. And that's where my frustration comes from, because I'm like, I know you guys outside of this, you are factual, but you also are emotional. You give a fuck.
What bothers me the most, it doesn't actually bother me anymore, is when we have liberals who come on here like Bree Hunter or like Katarina, and they're like, we love Michael. Like Michael's never been disrespectful. And then you have content creators be like, incel manosphere creator says 80-20 rule and women are shallow. And it's like at some point, whatever. I understand this guy's got a lot to make money. I understand that. But at some point you have to say, you're going to meet your maker. If you don't believe in God, that's fine. But if you do, you have to answer for the lies that you tell to groups of people. And in this case, to lie and say that I said that it was dating app data when it was Mads Larson data. I know it's a small lie on his point, but he feels that it's okay that he lies because he feels that he's right and he's wrong. And so lying is a small price to pay to try to get over on somebody who's got way, way, way more clients than he does. And I get it. But I just hope for his sake that he finds some morality in himself to say, hey, you know what? I need to be a little bit more fastidious and a little bit more academic when I try to tell the truth here,
or to have his own thought.
But to say that I misrepresented Dr. Buss's content is utterly ridiculous.
Million ways to make $1 million in America. I often say I'm still not rich because I don't want to lie, cheat, and steal.
Yeah.
But
Literally. And
It's
like
all
as
right.
a good person, it's like a little bit harder to go ahead. And that's what I feel like I've been running into.
Yeah.
You know, but it's like it is.
I mean, a great example is Candace Owens. Let's just say crazy shit and then just become extremely popular.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
And then
I
not
mean,
be able to
that's
back
why I
any
come
of it
on
up.
this show. I just say gangbang and I'm like, woo.
only
bang.
2 names I've recognized so far today is Andrew Tate and
Candace
PHP.
PHP.
Yeah.
That's.
So
have you speak with Mackenzie?
Most people are uninitiated with the manosphere, the red pill. That's all they're ever gonna. They could. Oh, do you mean Andrew Tate? That's a
lot of my guys will send me reels from Andrew Tate or talk about
If
him.
you think that the red pill or the manosphere begins and ends with Andrew Tate or any, the name,
It was before
I can't
the
even
time.
see. That's the thing that gets me is like I get all these guys who will like start popping off. Like, get those manosphere creators. Who the
They can't
fuck
name
are
it. Yeah,
you fucking talking about?
All they can name is
Tell me.
Andrew Tate,
please.
Ages Tiki Taki, and
Who
like
are
The
you
fresh and fit
talking
guys.
the
about?
fresh and big guy. Like they
Like,
can't
that's
name anyone
it.
else because the problem is here's the ultimate.
Who?
Here's the ultimate gotcha. It's when people like Mark Manson come out #1 and say the manosphere is $1 billion business. If you go look on his social media, he took that claim down because he recognized that it was a specious claim.
Busted.
He's completely and totally busted on that one. And then number two is the idea. Oh, I forgot what we were talking about. Hold on, I lost track.
No, well,
Mark
no,
Manson.
Yeah, who are you? Like, who are you talking about?
Oh yeah,
man?
the second part was Mark Manson doing his research the
Tell
night
me.
before. He goes
I
the
wanna
night
know
before his debate on
so I can
Jubilee.
follow him.
The night before his debate on Jubilee, he goes, "Yeah, I was just watching the Inside the Manosphere documentary last night." So meaning you are preparing for a debate against 20 people, and
Last
you
night.
actually used Inside the Manosphere, which says in the program, if you read the transcript, he literally says, "We are here to explore the extreme parts of the manosphere." I don't think we need to repeal the 19th Amendment. And you want to know what happened? They didn't ask me to go on Inside the Manosphere, and they didn't ask him because our friends are women, and we represent the moderate part of the manosphere. Speaking of the moderate part of the manosphere, September 2nd, we're going to have Adam Sosnick from Patrick Bet-David's podcast. He's going to be coming on the show. Again, we represent the moderate part of the manosphere. I tell men, this is so hurtful for these guys. I tell men the best way to meet women is to be friends with hundreds of women. Go ahead and go ahead and make a video about me being misogynistic from that. You can't do that because you understand you have to lie to people. Actually, what am I talking about? That's exactly what he would do. I mean, that's exactly what he would do.
Oh man. Well, I mean, see the
No,
thing.
they're wild.
What
I
gets
love
me
the
is like we
comments.
got like we have so many guys. So we've come full circle, really. So I was just saying, we had the manosphere as a sort of a derogatory term for all these guys. Then we get up to about last year, 2024, 2023.
Don't remind
And
me.
so now the it was, in fact, it was the night of the election. It was on November 5th,
Mia Ventura
2024.
stole everybody's shit.
That wasn't that. Okay,
yes.
that's a side story. But no, on CNN after Trump won, Dana Bash on CNN says, "Well, I guess we're all living in the manosphere right now." They already knew the narrative right then and there, and they knew exactly what they were going to do the minute he got office.
Where this is coming from, and by the way, so Fortune and Wired magazine, they write an article that is created by Escondido. I think that's the name of the company that wrote the report. The report was an 18-month study over the manosphere, and they found nothing. In fact, you know who else is named in the report? Me. And you want to know who the easiest person to get a hold of is in the whole world? Me. So now the New York Post has written an article about me. The New York Post has written an article about me. The London Times has written an article about me. And then now we've had Fortune and Wired write an article about me. And yet for some reason, nobody seems to call me for comment. Isn't that weird? We had there's one lady who called me for comment the other day. Mogan is her name. And they're writing another article about me. And you'll never believe what she did. She got me on the phone and spoke to me. Isn't that wild how that works? You can actually, instead of misrepresenting people, you can actually ask them for comment. What else you could do is make reaction videos about things that I say and take me completely out of context. That's another thing you could do. I think that's probably a better way to grow your
You could also credit the other women in the photographs that you use.
Yeah.
I'm
Hey,
just
shout out to the
saying,
New York
instead of
Times.
just judging them.
Shout
you
out to the New York
credit
Times.
the women.
Hannah Conyers, Harper Raines, and Rachel Pizzolatto. That's their name.
Thank
New York
you.
Times. Put their name in the article.
Miss Swimsuit USA and on numerous Netflix shows. Yeah. Just watch out.
Tell them.
Sorry with all the misogynistic tirade that I just had there.
No, I want to say thank you because you explained it to me. A
Yes.
long time ago, I watched
Say my name.
documentary about the manosphere.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Maybe another time we can talk about manosphere and
Sure,
religion.
sure,
And
sure.
religion.
Well, just to put the last little cherry on top of this last story, I kind of wanted to bring this up. I call this the Monica Cruz research here. This is in modern society, the most violent gang members often have to have the highest status compared to their non-involved peers. Young male gang members between 14 and 18 years old who were 5.7 times more likely to have had sex and 3.2 times more likely to have gotten a girl pregnant. Doesn't sound like kindness.
Both things are true. Hold on. Both things are true.
Yeah.
David Buss's content is correct. Hold on. David Buss's study is correct. In a long-term relationship. Remember, when I walk up to you and I ask you on a date, are we in a long-term relationship? No. Hold on. You don't know if you're attracted to me. We haven't had sex yet. So we're not in a long-term relationship. In a long-term relationship, is that what you'd want? Yes. For a man you're already attracted to raise your child, to be married to. But before that.
But if I'm walking out of county.
Yes.
It's over with, okay?
But before that, if I'm physically formidable, if I have a deep voice, if I have relevancy, competency,
you're like 6'3",
humor, charisma, pre-selection, social proof, access to scarce networks and leadership,
Yeah.
if I have those things, those get me to where you become attracted to me.
Yes.
Then once you're attracted to me and we get into a long-term relationship, then kindness and
Yes.
intelligence, then those things matter. That has always been my point,
100%.
and I have data to back that up. That has always been my point. I've
And-
never said that you shouldn't be kind. If a woman is good to me, I will buy her a fucking house. That is not the problem. The problem is the idea that I'm supposed to be willing to buy a house with a girl I just went on the first date with. We just went on the first date. You should spend any amount of money to impress the woman. No. Hey, you've been on a first date. Tell her all about your ex-wife cheating on you.
And that's
what
the
do
thing.
you know? No.
And that's the thing. Like, if I'm hooking up with a guy and leaving it, any girl could be like, oh, he's a bad person. Well, I don't care. I just fucked and left it. I don't care. Like, that's it. But when I'm going into a relationship, like, those are the long-term things that I'm looking for. Like, I wouldn't stay with somebody who doesn't have the same morals and things as me as well. But even me and my boyfriend, like, we've both talked about how we've been single. We got it out of our system because we are both honest with each other about that. And honestly, I'm like, okay, you could have fucked I don't know how many people. I don't care. Moving forward, it's just us going forward until we decide whether we want to change it up. But like, we're on the same, so it's like, you can live your life, you can explore, you can get out, you can do that. But
let me bang through these super chats here real quick. Men produce millions of sperm. Thanks for that information. In 24 hours, women produce 1 egg per month. Our own bodies tell you the answer. Men are designed to impregnate at levels required to build nations. Wow.
But you guys aren't fucking a bunch of bitches to
They
impregnate.
expel one
them.
egg.
You're just trying to be hot.
Guys, those are rookie numbers. We got to get those fucking numbers up, man. Guys who want a legacy / kids can't find a viable woman to have his kids and be their mom. Should he not have kids? I think this is an issue for HVM, high value men. Okay. No.
Is that it?
Nothing.
Hey, one thing I want to say this before.
I got more.
Oh, you got more?
I got more. I just don't know. See if you want to talk about that. I don't know, man. I never got my rooster sucked because I was kind.
Not shout out to Monica and her herpes. I don't have herpes. Thank you very fucking much.
Rolo, everyone loves.
I can't see that. That's crazy. You can see that.
Anything about me? It says shout out to Monica. Bitch, you wish you had herpes from me. Anyway,
my gift to you.
Moving
on.
on.
See how nice I was ignoring that? I was hoping to slip under the radar. Oh, well. Rolo, everyone loves your Space Marine look. Oh, you mean this Space Marine look?
Nice haircut.
That's what everybody's saying. Okay, I'm good with it. Let's see. Shout out to Monica and Harper.
Oh, I thought she said herpes. Oh, that's why I got so offended. My eyesight is
He's like, wait a minute.
But you ain't never getting rid of me.
Okay.
We are for life.
I follow Mike and Rolo on multiple social media accounts. What are the odds of me being on some kind of watch list? Pretty high, actually, if you follow me.
That's funny.
Yes. All right. What's the next one we want to get into here?
Hey, I want to say one thing real quick. Because this whole thing was questioned. Shout out to Dr. Buss for responding. And anytime I write Dr. Buss, he writes me back immediately. He's a really great guy. Shout out to Mac and Murphy. He and I have had probably several hour conversation last week. We went over some of the Rob Henderson stuff. Shout out to Rob Henderson for at least replying to me on Twitter. I don't know Rob that well, but thank you for having the conversation. Shout out to William Costello. He and I have had dozens of conversations about a lot of stuff. And congratulations to William Costello on getting married. That is awesome, brother. Congratulations to you again. Thank you to all those guys. Shout out to Mac and shout out to Alex from Date Psych for again you guys at least willing to have the conversation. And thank you so much to Richard Reeves for coming on our podcast and be willing to have the conversation. Even when we disagree with you guys, I truly believe that you guys are trying to be academically honest. So I have the utmost respect for you. You always have you always have a place. If you guys want to come to Las Vegas and do a podcast, we always have a place. And then I'm going to take you to Big B's barbecue and I'm going to get you full, bro.
Okay.
I'm going to get you some of that Texas barbecue out here.
I might even go. I might even make nice with them if you can.
Yes. Yeah. We go to Big B's. If we go to Big B's, all of a sudden William and Rollo could be best friends.
I will show up for that. All right. Speaking of Mac, who actually I've kind of warmed up to recently.
I'm a scientist studying human mating. Here's why blonde men give women the ick. This phenomenon went viral a while ago. I didn't talk about it at the time, too painful, but I'm ready to talk about it now. Men with darker hair are perceived as more intelligent, more ambitious, more successful, more dependable, and more mature than lighter haired men. And yes, also more attractive. It is not a myth. I am quite familiar with the literature on women's hair color preferences, and women consistently prefer dark hair. I've never seen a study where women preferred blonde men. Now, the strength of the pattern varies depending on how you measure it. Hair color really isn't a huge contributor to attractiveness, so it's not going to show up strongly in someone's revealed preferences. But to give you an idea, the largest study on this subject found that only 1 in 5 American women actually actively prefer blonde men. Now, there's surely a cultural influence here. I wouldn't expect this to be an immutable preference, but many scholars have argued that women's relative aversion to lighter-haired men may partially reflect our evolved psychology. You have to remember that first, hair color is to some extent a dimorphic trait. In the UK Biobank data, women are about 27% more likely to be naturally blonde than men. Men's hair tends to be darker than women's hair on average. And second, light hair tends to become more pigmented throughout childhood and adolescence. A lot of people who were blonde as children do not hold on to their blonde into adulthood. So blonde hair is basically a feminine and childish quality. Now, there are some feminine traits that women seem to prefer in men's faces, such as rosy lips, but generally, feminine and childish is not the aesthetic that you want to cultivate as an adult man competing on the heterosexual mating market. And I'd say that's partially why blonde men give so many women the ick. So does this mean that you should dye your hair brown if you're naturally a blonde guy? No. In fact, I just dyed my hair even blonder, despite being familiar with this research. And here's why I don't think I'm nerfing myself. Number one, I'm actually in this literature, and I can tell you that physical attractiveness mate preferences are a lot more diverse than many content creators would have you believe. A lot of guys, especially in that looks maxing bubble, essentially undertake a strategy where they try to match themselves to the average preference of women. It's a pretty low resolution approach. They'll read a study or an abstract of a study and see that on average women think blonde guys are less attractive, and from that conclude, oh, I'll get more attention if I dye my hair brown. And that sounds rational, and with some traits it'll basically be true. But if we look at the numbers in this case, about 1/5 of American women prefer blondes, and then what? 1 in 20 American guys actually are blonde. 1 in 10 maybe. The supply and demand ratio for blonde guys is very favorable to the suppliers. It's like 4 buyers for every 1 seller. So in this case and many others, you might experience less attention for your looks by aiming for the center of the bullseye. This is a counterintuitive but common pattern in the mate preferences literature. Aiming for mass appeal often means aiming for mass competition. I'd say that being a blonde guy is kind of like being heavily tattooed, right? Most people don't like the aesthetic, sure, but the people who like it often love it. And there isn't as much competition for those people. My fiance specifically loves the blonde, so it would be strategically imprudent for me to aim at the average woman's mate preference by dyeing my hair brown, right? In my situation, I think I can afford to be a little more finely tuned to my target audience in my beautification. Number two, I think a huge part of beautification is and should continue to be self-expression, right? I want to see people with all sorts of looks, right? Don't get me wrong, I think beautification is great, and I think that improving aspects of attractiveness that are stably preferred, such as cues to youth and health, like skin smoothness and hair density, improving stuff like that is almost always going to be a good call. But for more taste-based stuff, I think if everyone aimed for the generic, most attractive on average look, beyond being strategically imprudent for them, it would be a little boring for the rest of us. Thanks for listening. Until next time. I'm a scientist studying human
I just realized there's a blonde guy right here.
But do the carpets match the
He's
drink?
naturally a redhead. Look at his roots.
Let me say a couple things. Yeah. So first thing I want to go over, this is not my, I don't know anything about this because I've never been blonde, but there's work from Satoshi Kanazawa in his book, Why Beautiful People Have More Daughters, where he goes over the concept and he explains this. It's not him who discovered this, but women generally cannot maintain blonde hair as they get older. Like I said, the hair gets more pigmented over time. So being blonde is a sign of youth, and it's a sign of youth in fertility, and being younger is something that is more
women.
Exactly.
Because,
You know where I'm going with this.
Usually older men with younger
Correct.
women.
Correct.
I love how well read Michael is.
Correct.
Wait,
So
I
Look
just
at your
have a question.
blonde, beautiful
so
hair.
let me finish because I have two data points.
Okay.
I have 2 data points because apparently from this other creator said that I misrepresent all this stuff. This is from Satoshi Kanazawa's book. It's called Why Beautiful People Have More Daughters, and goes into that. So the blonde hair, the reason why women will dye their hair blonde later in their 30s and 40s is because men historically or ancestrally may have saw that as being a sign of youth. That's the number one. And so that may not translate over to men like it does to women. Second thing is a book by, wait for it, Dr. David Buss and Cindy Messer.
No way.
They lived on the campus of the University of Texas at Austin. They're both sex researchers. They were down the hall from one another. I asked Dr. Buss why he wrote this book, and the book is called Why Women Have Sex, and it goes over 276 reasons why women have sex. And what I was going to say, Mackin is completely right about the second point. The different ways that men can attract women are numerous. They are legion, which is why I've said a million times, if I am just in a short-term context, I've got my physical appearance and maybe some form of status or money, and that's it. If I get a woman into a familiar context where she gets to see a bunch of different things about me, relevancy, competency, humor, charisma, pre-selection, social proof, leadership, access to scarce networks and locations, etc. If I'm able to see that all of those different attributes, then I have multiple different plays I can run to generate attraction. If I'm in a unfamiliar context, I only have 1 or 2 or 3 ways to generate attraction. And so again, he's right there. And then I'm bringing that from the data. But again, I'm just a dumb, angry manosphere, incel, maggot, MAGA reporter, whatever, troglodyte who drags my knuckles.
All right.
I will say though, even with him talking about like the guys with the blonde hair, like seem like dumber, it's the same as girls though, because it's all the dumb blonde jokes. Like I feel like that goes hand in hand, like with guys, you know. But I feel like more blonde girls get more of the dumb blonde jokes than like blonde guys.
I will bet you there is no greater distribution of dumbness with blonde women. I think you just notice it because they're blonde.
I think it's because there's so many fucking jokes about.
I think what I'm saying is, what I'm saying is, if we code with IQ, a lot of people don't recognize this. The average IQ for men and women is the same. More women, however, are in the middle of the distribution. The middle of the distribution for IQ is between 85 and 115. More women are inside that distribution. More men are outside that distribution, which means the smartest people in the world today are men. The dumbest people in the world today are men. By the way, that distribution holds for several different things. Dr. Steve Stewart Williams talks about this in his book, A Billion Years of Sex Differences. The most violent people on the planet Earth are men. The most docile people on the earth are also men. The fastest humans on the planet are men. The slowest humans on the planet are also
You're
men.
interesting creatures, man.
Yeah.
Wait,
Well,
I have a question.
I'd like to send this message out to Mac, and I completely can relate with your frustration with being blonde, but because this was my drip. That was me at 28 right there.
We can't see.
I can't see. Hold on one second.
There we go.
There we go.
Yes.
That's
got a shot. Is that a Chad guy, ladies?
That's me at 28.
Is that a
there.
Chad,
That was
ladies?
pretty much my look from the time I was 20 till I was about 29ish.
How old are you now?
I am 58 years old right now.
Wait, I have a question. That study he mentioned, did he say UK or who?
I'd have to. There's several different studies. I think it's almost like a meta-analysis.
Okay.
Every study claims that women tend to prefer darker hair.
I should say this is about like 3 months before my wedding too.
Yeah, but
my wife happened to like blonde hair. I don't know. Maybe she's one of the weird ones.
The thing he said was also very astute.
Yeah.
If 10% of men have blonde hair, and 20% of women say that they prefer blonde hair, only 20%. There's still more buyers than sellers.
Yeah.
So it's not a bad place to be. It's just you guys who have tattoo sleeves who weren't running biker gangs, might not get a ton of attraction from every woman, but there's a certain group of women they're going to get a lot of attraction from. Guys who take steroids and are super yoked that go to the gym, they're not going to get attraction from every woman, but there is a subset of women they're going to get a ton of attraction from. And guys who are just tall and not that good looking, they're not going to get attraction from every woman, but there's a certain subset of women who only like tall guys, and they're going to get a ton of attraction from those women. That's the point. That's what the difference is. Whereas women, I do think the way men are attracted to women is a little bit more uniform. I think most men find Selma Hayek in Dusk Till Dawn attractive. Most men find Margot Robbie in Wolf of Wall Street attractive. Like the vast majority of men would find them attractive. The things men find attractive in women, I think, are a little bit what's it called? Positive kurtosis, and then things that men find attractive in women is a little bit more negative kurtosis. That's just my hypothesis.
When you said Margot, Wolf of Wall Street, I finally fucking understood everything you said.
You understood.
But so today I'm 5'6", yellow teeth, and I'm doing better than ever when it comes to women.
Yeah.
But I remember going to Vegas for the first time in 2008, and I was probably like 5'10", maybe 5'11" with my heels, blonde, shredded, tan, and I did very, very well. Better than I do today in a way, but I just lasered in on that one thing I saw that I liked that happened to just take me back to this crazy room that's like famous and Shark Tanks and bowling alleys, and I'm like, holy smokes, like I drop $250,000 on having a night like that. But even though this girl's boyfriend had like his name on his toilet paper on his fucking PJ, and she ended up moving to Portland, Oregon, where I'm from, to be with me, it didn't last very long. It was over very quickly. Which is what?
Why are you smiling, Giovanna?
No, I just know this story.
Okay, all right. I was like, Giovanna, what color was the toilet paper? I was about to ask.
I know this story. No, it's not me, of course not.
Yeah.
But it's a good
Well,
story.
it just made me realize, like, I stopped focusing on, you know, at the time I could put up 2 plates for 17 reps. I valued physical fitness, strength, different things. I was trained for my first amateur fight, and I started diverting my attention towards. And I kind of like talking to you because you're well read, you know, the leaders of the world, the readers of the world. I just live. 99% of people live off of their own experience, and you know, learning from other people's experiences could be wisdom, but I'm kind of self-taught.
Well, even as a kid, you're like, oh, I want to be an adult, and you don't listen to your parents, but you learn through time, which your parents did the same exact thing. Like, you learn through your own experiences, whether people tell you right from wrong. You're gonna do whatever you want to do, and you're gonna learn.
Fail forward.
Yeah, like you learn better from your own mistakes.
Sure.
But if you could learn from someone else's.
Because people could tell me, oh, Monica, don't date a felon. They're horrible. What am I gonna do?
I could, but
but a type is a type. Anyway, continue, because I'm invested.
Yeah, I mean, back then, Palms was really popular, and I remember seeing people from like American Pie at like the parties, and I mean, I was shredded, 6-pack, good-looking kid, but I couldn't buy a bunch of bottles. I didn't have a section. I was just like kind of part of something, and I would say, homeboy, I was clapping for him when he talked about kindness, because for a long-term relationship, you're definitely gonna want to exercise some respect and kindness.
Agreed.
But to get through the door,
Yep.
I would say you might want to do the opposite.
Thank you. That's my point.
100%.
No one ever, no man has ever kindness a woman.
And no disrespect to him, you, or any of you. I read more than any of you, and women do not give a shit.
And
that I read.
and I fuck more than anyone I've ever fucking met. So like I can pick up any girl anytime, any class.
You don't read that much.
Correct.
Here we are, Access Vegas after dark. Let's go.
I fuck more than anybody in this room right now.
Anything I want, anytime I want, anywhere I want.
Funny is I got
and I'll put it. And we're talking about 50 grand, 100 grand. I put it to the test all the fucking time. I'm happy to
who
put
we were
up
with
50
last
or 100.
night. This girl is so hot. This girl we were with,
I wish she was
not
on
like
the show.
we, like, you know, we're all hanging out. But
Oh,
shit,
they were
Okay, she said one dick
Giovanna,
rabbit.
this is the
I
last
say
show
nothing
in the
about
world where
pussy.
you will be shamed for that. No one here cares.
Oh no,
Giovanna, let me tell you the rule that we have here. If you have sex with a man, your body
no.
count goes up with 1. If you have sex with a woman, it goes down 1.
No,
I need to fuck more
Minus
women.
one.
Racist. If you give me her IG, it goes
going
down
back
2.
to, you know, everything, you know, it all goes back to this. I am very traditional for the most part, but there are some things I'm into and I'm okay with that a lot of people give me shit about. They're like, oh,
hold on, before we go forward, real quick, you've won several pageants, correct?
no, I won one pageant.
Okay.
I did one pageant. And, you know, I was going to bring that up.
Yes.
I did some kind of charity event with you when I was like 18. I don't know if you remember. We were like, I don't know where that was, but I met you a long time ago.
It was a charity event. You came to.
We were packing.
So guys, there's a food pantry in North Las Vegas, and we got volunteers to come out there to donate food at the food pantry. Yes, correct.
And I was Miss Nevada,
Yes.
teen, whatever.
She's like,
No. The point I'm trying to make is everyone who watches this show thinks that all of you are nothing but like prostitutes.
Giovanna.
Wait. I got here's that attention you wanted. I feel like these people are psychologically stuck in their teen years, 20s, like they still want to be in college.
I feel like you're an old man.
There's a hater out there. Giovanna is more on her wrist than his net worth.
Yeah, that panda.
And
is that a panda?
Yes. And she's got 5 million plus in her checking account.
Is that a man's panda?
No, it's I only wear men's watches.
Oh, that's nice.
I'm her watch mentor.
Because if you meet a man, you
I
just
got the Sky Dweller.
emasculate
I was going
everything.
to get one of those.
You're just like, But anyways, no, there are a lot of things that I'm into that I do, you know, and a lot of people disagree with me. They go, well, why are you into this? Why? And I
Like
don't
what?
care. I don't care what people say because
We're not
it's
here to
my
judge
life.
you, but we want to
and
know what
I'm
you're
okay.
talking
We
about.
want to know.
Okay, for instance, last night, Edmund, me, and this beautiful girl, we were all hanging out, you know, all like, okay,
Having a good vibe.
I'll give you the play-by-play.
Okay,
This
how hard
happened-
were we
I
vibing?
need you ladies to be quiet right now.
This actually, I actually have footage of all this happens quite frequently with Edna. I love beautiful women. I love having beautiful women around. We have so much vibes important. If you have a shitty vibe, like I don't care. You can be like a little less attractive, but if your vibe is elite, we're good.
Okay.
So, you know, we had a good night. We played darts and all this. And then we got back to the hotel and I just wasn't really feeling being involved. So I'm like, you know what, Edmund, I forgot something in my car. I said, I forgot something in my car. And she's like, bitch, you didn't forget anything in your car. What'd you forget? I'm like, I don't know. I'll be back. So I let them do their thing. And people tell me like, oh, that's not sustainable for relationships, not healthy, you know, blah, blah,
You didn't watch? That's not healthy.
No, I FaceTimed them and I saw like.
What
it
am I
was
doing?
great.
I was kidding. What is happening in my life right now? What is
I
life?
like it. It's fun to me.
I
It's
cannot
fun.
believe any of you
That's-
don't watch
that's-
Access Vegas. You are out of
but
your
look,
mind.
That's
freaking
me.
hot.
That's
And
me. That's what I'm
Giovanna's
into.
$5 million in her checking account. I don't pay her to be my girlfriend.
Fucking say shit like that. I don't know why he says that. Okay, but
So if
Trying to
I
get
could-
somebody robbed.
I find
Shit.
that to be.
Edmund, stop telling people that.
I find that to be admirable. I was actually just having a
Oh,
conversation.
I could buy and
earlier
sell
about
most things
this.
on eBay
I
within the
find
hour.
it-
I'm
Keep
just
going.
saying.
Keep going. Giovanna.
I find it to be very, you know, I think it's a huge strength in a relationship to show how secure that you
Secure,
guys
yeah.
are.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
for you
Super
two
secure.
to be your own people,
Yeah.
you guys want to do what you want to do, have romance together.
I pick Giovanna 1,000 times
at the end of the
over.
day,
Anybody
at the end
And
of
the
the day-
second I nut, it's like ick.
Well,
and I'm
does
good.
this
work the
And-
does this work the opposite way around?
What is happening?
Like, is this a double standard thing, or is she allowed to do the same thing?
Giovanna can do whatever the fuck she wants.
Okay, then we're good.
No.
We are good. And
No,
the second, for whatever reason, her little heart desires whatever fucking bullshit, I will walk away and wish
No.
her the best. And
No.
that would be the
No, but
yeah.
Are you serious?
No, I really, my phone is like a storybook. I have so much fun. I like
Oh,
taking
but,
pictures
like,
of anything.
if
It's so
it
fun.
was, like,
Well,
different-
but I
But-
love her because she doesn't have a
Yeah.
desire.
I think this
Edmund
chat
and
loves her as
I-
well, actually.
Edmund and I don't live in the same city. So when I'm not with Edmund,
Yeah.
I literally work and I go home. He can FaceTime me any time of the day. I'm fucking working,
And
you know?
I have.
And I don't drink. I have no desire to. What am I going to drink and do what? So whenever I get to be with Edmund, we have the best time ever. You know, it's so much fun. And yeah, but a lot of people don't agree,
Yeah.
you know, with.
You're not finding that here. We don't care.
No,
I
but
think it's
in
We
general,
do not
I think that's
care.
you know,
amazing.
and that's what I'm saying. Like
actually,
in life, life
Yeah.
is too short. It is your
We're
life.
probably gonna have a $3 million
need
wedding in Lake
No,
Como.
Life is too short. You need to be able.
I'll
You
come.
do
We
what
eat
you
very
want,
well.
and you don't have to explain
Can I
yourself to
invite all
anybody.
of your ex-girlfriends?
That's just how life is.
Thank you.
Most of them will come because we're all
I
cool,
think we
except for
understand
a few haters.
Like, yeah, you
I
don't.
I'll handle the
have
haters.
to explain
They're
yourself
friends of
to
mine.
anybody. Life is
Literally,
short.
yeah.
Young
And that was
Bree.
the point I was getting at earlier is like, if you are own up to the shit that you do, who gives a fuck? Who's gonna blackmail me? Who's gonna say this? Bitch, because I did it. And
I-
what?
If it
Yeah.
works for
Like,
you.
Can you
that's how
imagine?
I-
Can you
I
imagine
am
somebody
happy.
watching
Are
this
you
right now
understand?
who's like
Boom.
a
Literally done.
manosphere hater who thinks that
Yeah.
we're just so judgmental towards women, and we're just saying this like none of us. We're not saying like obviously. If you have a higher body count, are you more likely to be unsatisfied in a
Sure,
relationship? Yes, but it's just it's a moving average. It doesn't mean
Literally.
100% of the time. And none of us are saying that you can't do whatever you want. What we're saying is stop being a hypocrite. That's all we're saying.
Literally,
Yeah.
that's the
Yeah.
biggest fucking point. Stop
Don't
being
be
a
a-
fucking
listen,
hypocrite.
Can I tell you
Michael, you
about-
want to know some
Go
shit?
ahead, hold on, go.
I have a lot of amazing friends
Yes.
and mentors 10, 20, 30 years my senior in my life.
Yes.
I'm very blessed.
Yeah.
All these guys don't give a fuck about what they drive. I pulled up in a Rolls Royce calling in. They
You didn't want to fan them?
you know, they don't just have one plane,
You
but
put
they
more girls
have
on a calling in a car. That's
they have
true.
2 to 3 just so to make sure if one's out of service
Yeah.
or long distance, short distance. But I'll be honest, if I can be honest, if I can tell you a secret,
On
I
here?
believe
Yes, you
that
can.
one of the biggest reasons why
Mm-hmm.
they are my friends and mentors and they pour into me is not just how far along the road I've gotten with my entrepreneurial journey and success and results, but it's also because of the fact that I have a lot of beautiful women around me. And, you know, I also ask myself, why am I so driven? Why am I so hungry? And
He's scary.
You don't
It's incredible that you're telling the secret to the 1,400 people watching right now.
Yeah.
There's like 400 people on my channel and 1,000 people on his.
It might be a little bit above their
No,
pay
no,
grade,
it's totally fine.
But if they're open-minded, because your mind's like a parachute, it only works if it's open.
Women
I will
currency. Women
share
are
with you some
currency.
shit that might lead you to.
Why don't you come on my live stream and we'll do
Women
that.
are
We'll do that.
currency.
Come on my live stream, we'll do it. We don't have that much more time.
I mean, I want to know the secret.
Instead of showing racks on your arm like this, you got 12 women around you. Instead of showing 12 bands on your wrist, what I'm into, the felons, that's
so
right.
here's
You got
ultimately
12
the
girls.
problem. What Edmund is saying is correct. Like she's a former beauty queen, and here we are talking about the fact that you have a bunch of women around you, which attracts more women.
But
I
I
say the
love
same
it.
thing, and then I'm
It's
told,
fun.
no,
Yes,
Michael,
exactly.
it's because of kindness and intelligence. I said kindness and intelligence works once she's attracted, then it works. Before that, when he talks about attributes, when Dr. Buss was talking about attributes for a long-term pair bonding, that doesn't mean generate attraction. Those are two different things. And unfortunately, that guy doesn't understand that, which is why he's probably not a very good dating coach, to be honest with you. All right.
Hold on, 2 super chats. Here we go, real quick. I respect you, Mike, beyond comprehension. You're an awesome human being, but please don't misinform about Catholics. Mary isn't the deity we pray to.
Oh no, I
for
agree.
intersection to God on our cases. Love you guys.
No. Two different
Holy
things.
Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with you. Blessed art thou among women.
Let me.
I know the fucking prayers. There's a prayer designated.
Let me not get all the Catholics mad at me.
Catechism.
What I said is that they do pray to the Virgin Mary and leave rosaries. Therefore, it says in the Bible you're not supposed to pray to anyone but God. That's the first thing. And then number 2, as far as an intercessor towards God, priests, you have to have a priest that come and like bless the body. We don't do that in we don't do that in Protestantism because it doesn't say that in the Bible. But the main one is it says in the Bible a bishop should be the husband of one wife, and in Catholicism they don't let their bishops marry. They don't let their bishops have wives when it's very clear. And in doing so, the Catholic Church has brought on a lot of criticism and trouble on itself.
We've lost a lot of people.
Well, what you're doing is you're disincentivizing heterosexual men to join the clergy, and you are incentivizing a different kind of man
and
to join the
even
clergy.
women with being nuns and everything, because I grew up Catholic and all of that, and a lot of the stuff we don't agree with, but my mom raised me and my sister to have an open mind. My sister is gay. In the Catholic Church, that's not okay, but my mom believes that God created you the way that you are, so who are we to judge on Judgment Day? And that's goes to my point of I don't give a fuck if people judge me, because I don't give a fuck. I'm not gonna judge you, you're not gonna judge me. If you want to, whatever.
Yeah.
Wait, here we go. I got a super sticker. Wait, here we go. Wait. Every time I get a corgi, you get one of these. Every time I get a corgi, you guys get one of these.
Let's say
it comes out as a corgi. It's a new like currency that YouTube has initiated.
Okay, I don't want these accusations.
Like the English,
yes.
Like the Queen's dog.
Do we have a last one?
That's it. That's us. We're done.
Gina and Giovanna are going to be here on Sunday. Who said that? I don't know.
Giovanna wants to be badly.
Giovanna wants to be badly.
Who are you?
This is why she was scared to come on the show. Security. Yeah.
My name
Yeah,
is
you're gonna
Catherine.
need that at this place pretty soon.
I don't know what you're talking about.
That is this one. Okay.
45% of women aged 25 to 44 will be single. 20 million homeowners in the United States are single women. That is more than single men. There was also a study that showed that postmenopausal divorced women live longer than married women in that same age group. Why am I telling you this? Single women that live alone, we are deemed to be these like witches that should be far, far away in a castle waiting for their Prince Charming to come and kiss them back to life so that their life can begin. Or we are deemed as the ugly stepsister, or there's something wrong with us. We're damaged goods.
singlehoods and that our singlehood is like a waiting room, the man to enter the chat and change our life. And so many of us women, we buy into that for so long. Women who live alone, we are at peace. We create our space so that it meets our needs. We take care of ourselves. We sleep well. We are creating our own meals. Like, we just have these like peaceful lives. Now, that's not to say that it's not stressful. It is difficult to be able to afford living alone. And that's why I say it is a literal luxury. It's not something that everybody has access to. Even if you're in a relationship, like, I encourage you to live separately, at least for some time, because you got the rest of your life to maybe live with that person. That might be a hot take, but it's a hill I'll die on.
She's speaking facts.
Yeah. What do you think? What do you think about that?
Well, I think, first of all, she gets the idea of singlehood or spinsterhood wrong, which is what she's really describing. I mean, the old days, we would say she's worried about becoming a spinster, or people like, I get that there's a certain element, sort of incels or whatever, that want to like say, oh, she's going to get her comeuppance because she's going to be old and be a cat lady and not have anybody when she's in her 40s or 60s or something. Or whatever.
I'm a 50-year-old cat lady, right?
Exactly.
I'm a cat dilf right now.
It's really, I think a lot of what she's talking about comes from guys trying to feel good about themselves because they're either too happy or they're too pissed off about the wall, meaning at some point she's not going to be attractive anymore and she won't be able to get a man, right? So, but then the same guys will say, well, it doesn't matter how old she is, how ugly she is, she still can go and bang whoever at the club whenever she just spreads her legs, right? So it's like, what is it? I understand where her headspace is, but the thing is she's also quoting the Morgan Stanley report, which came out in, like, I think it was 2018. It was a forecast, and it states that 43 to 45% of working aged women, which means 25 to 44, will be single by 2030.
Shut up.
Now, the reason, like, people are too happy or too pissed off about those stats. Okay,
I don't care,
because I don't really
We
care
don't
either.
care.
But the thing is everybody adds this in there. They go single and childless. There is nothing. Zero mention of child or anything in that report. There could be some single moms that are a part of that, but there is no mention of childlessness whatsoever in that report. So if anybody says that and they add childless to it, they don't know what they've never seen the report before.
Here's the other problem. I just have a serious problem when anyone starts claiming victimhood on that side of the aisle.
Mm-hmm.
This side of the aisle, we're the ones who are demonetized. We're the ones who are ratioed. We are the ones who are deplatformed.
True.
I consistently hear women lauding other women for being single and ejecting men out of their life. I hear that on TikTok 100x more than I hear the other thing. And I'm in the manosphere, apparently, and I still hear that. The idea, just listen, honey, if you need some
manosphere onto you.
Listen, honey, if you're having some trouble with this, go just subscribe to Wizard Liz. She'll let you know what a great person you are for being single forever. So I don't mind that you're single. It doesn't bother me whatsoever. Just don't claim victimhood, please.
I mean, I think they're just holding out. They're great. I mean, those girls are great. They're just holding out for something.
Well, AOC decided that she wanted to like freeze her eggs at like 36 or 37 right now. She just broke up with the gingerhead guy, whatever. And she's I'm surprised people haven't made a bigger deal out of it right now because
it's just so crazy. But she's acting like a victim. No. Like, one of the things that bothers me so much about that AOC stuff is she starts talking about the thing that bothers me about the AOC. Hold on, Giovanna, hold on. The thing that bothers me about the AOC stuff is she's in her videos. She starts talking about nobody asks us if a man is old enough or if he's going to have kids or if he's old enough. And I'm like, because men, hold on. It's because genetically men can have kids later than women. It's like literal, in her estimation, Charles Darwin is even bigoted towards her. She has found victimhood in like physics and biology. She's found victimhood. Mm-hmm. And then the other part is, hey, I'm glad that you're freezing your eggs. Why are you telling us? Why is this this is so crazy. There's videos of her shooting herself with the IVF stuff. What are you doing, AOC? Like, let me ask you something. Put a what in the chat if you are stunned and shocked that AOC had to freeze her eggs. What a shocking thing. Next thing you're going to tell me water is wet. Who here is stunned?
I think water is not wet.
Who here is stunned? And put a one in the chat if you are. Don't put a one in the chat. Put the little shocked face emoji, do the emoji if you are stunned by the fact that AOC is freezing her ex. No way I would have ever thought that a woman that completely intractable, that unbelievably narcissist would have a hard time having a kid. That's crazy. I would have never thought that in a million years. That's crazy, AOC. Why isn't biology just less bigoted towards you so that you could just wait longer to have kids? Oh, that you want to know why? Because it's patriarchy. Patriarchy made it so that you couldn't have kids into your 50s. Sorry.
Loser, I mean someone who doesn't respect women, someone who doesn't respect you, someone who doesn't.
So we can hear this video. Start at the beginning.
I knew you were going to go off, so I kept this from.
By a loser, I mean someone who doesn't respect women, someone who doesn't respect you, someone who doesn't treat you well, someone that doesn't support your growth as a human being.
She's had a lot of growth as a human being recently too.
Oh my God, bro!
A lot of
again,
growth.
Like you're just AOC. You're one of the wealthiest people in the wealthiest country in the world. You're not a victim. Nobody's taking your accounts down. You made it to the final level. Is she a senator or she's a representative? I forget.
She's trying to be president at some point.
But whatever.
No. She's
yeah. Oh, wow. No, exactly. Oh wow, exactly. The point is you don't get to claim victimhood anymore. You guys won. You literally tell people they're in the manosphere when they're not. You literally have people deplatformed for no reason. And you're sitting there acting like you're the victim. You're not the victim. It is so incredible watching this hypocrisy. Go ahead.
So I'm in sales.
Yes.
Life insurance sales. He sells lives.
And before that, it was residential solar, and before that, whatever. It doesn't matter. But sales is the highest paid profession on earth. It's also the lowest paid profession on earth. And I've had tens of thousands of reps, and I call them business partners. I don't want to put myself above anyone.
Yeah.
But people are people. We're in the people business, and there's takers, there's givers, people, and ultimately, I get very emotional. I look at myself in the mirror every day. I'm like, it doesn't matter how talented and skilled you are, your emotional intelligence will get in the way of your success every single time.
I needed to hear that.
But dude, ultimately, when people have something to say, I look at their production. So do you make 10,000 a month, 10,000 a week, 10,000 a day? Where are you at?
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't know, what type of comments or criticism or this or that you're getting. But for me, the opinions of others do not affect my reality.
No, literally.
And I love my life. And I hope I'm not like hurting anyone else as I live my life tonight and go off and do what I want to do.
And you do have nice teeth. Fuck those people.
No, literally.
No, I have yellow teeth. I'm 5'6". Whatever.
He's blonde haired.
Everybody can hate until we're in the same 8x8 fucking
Same
cell.
tax bracket
If
with
we're
the
in the
hot
same
ass
room
woman right next
and
to you.
fucking have
Let's
ever
be
made,
honest.
a couple of million a year in your life, well, I'm happy to go in the octagon. Let's fucking go.
I love UFC. Beat his ass. Beat their ass.
Guys,
please.
last one. Guys, we want to end on a high note. A high note.
Why you should never feel bad about manipulating a man. I didn't know my last video. Here's why you should never feel bad about manipulating a man. I didn't know my last video was going to do so well, but I want to explain why yes, they're toxic, but yes, they work, and yes, you should not feel bad about it. Because of course there's one little girly pop who's like, are you an expert because you're in a relationship? I'm not in a relationship. That's why I'm the expert. Thought that was clear. Men manipulate women on a constant basis. I'm talking about a 24-hour cycle of manipulation. Everything they do has one purpose and one purpose only. And that is, let's see if you've been paying attention, to get in your pants. They pay for meals to get in your pants. They pick you up to get in your pants. They say sweet things to get in your pants. Add so on and so forth. Okay? They do all of these things to get in your pants. And what do you get? 5 seconds of maybe, usually nothing. Most of the time we're faking it to make them feel better. So we literally get nothing. So using my techniques to manipulate a man is honestly just getting your just desserts. Okay, man? It really, really is. We're doing the game right back to you, and you fall for the trap every time. Like a moth to a flame. It works. And the reason it works is they want to get in your pants. That's the reason it works. They think, oh, if I do this, I'm one step closer. Whether you do it or not is up to you, but that's their ultimate goal. So getting what you want for them to get what they want, quid pro quo. And for those of you who don't know what that means, it's tit for tat. You get what you want. Maybe he gets what he wants.
Not exactly what it means, but okay. Interesting.
I love you.
These bitches to go to hell.
What are you ladies thinking about that? It's
Women who feel this way, I think, have this perception because of men who show intent. And that is the issue up front. If you are cultivating a relationship of friendship off the bat, where everything is a social dynamic, it's fun, there's zero pressure. You're not sort of like
Forced into it.
Exactly. There's no pressure on it whatsoever. Then attraction can become a trigger.
The energy, the vibes are good.
100%.
Michael.
But prior to that, if you're like, oh, hey, like I'm just going to do all this and try to get in on you can tell when a guy is only there specifically for.
Yeah.
It's the approach.
What do you got? What do you think?
100%.
Go ahead. Anybody else? What do you guys think about this? Why are we not wasting time manipulating more men?
I don't waste any time at all. You must be talking to someone else because I 100% agree with her.
I love you. So I don't waste any time at all.
Okay, so of course, like we can talk about this. It's pretty funny. The ridiculous claim is that men manipulate women more than the other way around. It's obviously
I feel
ridiculous.
like it's opposite.
Like OnlyFans made $6.6 billion, but men manipulate women more than the other way around. Women are going to college. They're graduating like 68% of the time. But men are the ones manipulating women. There's a new job, the new job creation under the Trump administration. 90% of the new jobs go to women, but men are the ones who manipulate.
That chick
women.
in the video before was like, we own more homes than you guys.
We are, like,
I think city girls are up right now.
It's incredible.
I think we up right now.
Somehow, right now, it's this. There's this group of men at the top that probably have manipulated her, and she's taking her trauma onto TikTok, and then a lot of people feel they want to identify with what she's saying, even though it's specious and it's not true. But they have that feeling. In reality, women have never done better than they're doing right now. And the idea that men are the ones manipulating them, no, it's equal. I'm not saying
Stop the cap.
Manipulate women. Well, here's basically what you're seeing. You're seeing a small group of men at the top who have limitless options, and they might be manipulating some women. And then those women are manipulating all the rest of men. And if you want to say it's 40-60 or 20-80 or whatever, that's generally how it's working. So in this case, what I'm trying to say is this whole idea is utterly ridiculous. But, I think it's funny. She believes that. What it is, I wouldn't be upset. What I think is I just feel bad because obviously she's had some really bad traumatic experiences where she felt like every single
emotional damage.
He just wants sex, so let me manipulate him for money, whatever it is. And so what have you done? You've irreducibly you've reduced relationships to she gets money and he gets sex. And but the thing is she can never escape that. She has created a black hole that she can never escape.
Well, and
when she does that.
That's
Michael,
like even when I moved to Vegas.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay. Even when I moved to Vegas, like I've never I have morals. I was raised a certain way. Even coming to Vegas, like even when I was like short on rent or stressing about money, like the first thing that women tell me out here is like, you're pretty. Why don't you just fuck for money? Like, I'm gonna be so honest. I'm not that type of fucking person. And that's another reason I'm getting the fuck out of Vegas because like, yes, it was fun when I was single and like can do whatever I want. But now when I'm like looking like long term, I'm like, damn, like I don't really like, what do you mean fuck for money and like for rent? Granted, I love bitches who do that. I fuck with you who do
That's
that.
nasty.
It's your fucking money. I just
Bitch,
morally, I can't do that shit.
First of all, nah, I feel you though. Like, get your coin how you get it. But at the end of the day, I also don't feel like every single guy wants to get in your pants. Some dudes are actually like pretty chill. Some dudes don't need to do that.
Exactly. Because here's the thing. If you put yourself in a situation where you're constantly needing validation from men, you're going to constantly get a bunch of men who are trying to get you for sex.
Yeah.
But like you notice, like in this situation, Rolo and I are friends with the majority of the girls who come on the show. You'll find not a single one of them will ever tell you we've ever hit on one of them ever, not once. Ever in over 100 episodes, we've never hit on a single girl.
Say that again, very loud for
we
people
have
in the
never
back.
ever. There's no. Again, I know the rumors about the other shows. We have never asked a girl on a date. Nothing. Not ever once from the show. I'm not saying I haven't dated girls from the show. I have. Generally, they've come after me, but I have never once. I have never.
Tearing your clothes off.
I have never
dragging you away from the show.
Yeah, correct. I'm not saying I haven't dated girls on the show. What I'm saying is I've never at any point been like, we should go to dinner or let's hook up. Never one time ever since I have anyone on the show that I've done that with, because I'm capable of being friends with women. But the reason why I'm capable of being friends with women is because I don't live in a sexual deficit as a man. And so because of that, it's easy for me to be friends with women.
In fact, if you have more going for you than just sex.
But also if you have enough women in your life, it gets to a point where you can't hit on all of them. There's like, dude, I host the 4 biggest bikini competitions on planet Earth. I'm the host of Swimsuit USA's swimsuit pageant.
And the bitches were bad.
Yes,
They
but
were
like, what am I
hot.
supposed to do? There's
You're
75 girls. There's no way in the world I can't be friends with some of them. It's just nuts. And also, the other thing is, if you're a man, as you get older, a lot of times you might be a little bit more set in your ways and what you're attracted to. And if a woman doesn't fit that attraction mold, it's easy for me to be friends with them. It's very easy for me to be friends with women I'm not attracted to.
Yep.
Few minutes left on the show.
Go ahead.
I mean, I feel like your skills can either be used for good or bad. I fired a lot of people that I feel like just are not going to use the skill they acquire for good.
Right we choose to use our superpowers.
There's got to be
for
something to be
good,
said
not
for maybe dating people in your tax bracket, your age group. How do you feel about that? Like, for example, I wouldn't want my daughter in her early 20s to date someone in their late 30s. I would feel like there's a disadvantage there.
I don't know. It depends. It depends. Yeah, I don't really think it. I don't have a moral thing about it one way or the other. I know a lot of happy relationships where it's 15, 20-year difference.
Strong.
Especially here.
A woman dates a younger man.
Mhm.
Speaking to the mic. Speaking to the mic.
Sorry. There is a study I heard that I read that if a woman dates a younger man, it's bad for her. And if she dates an older man, it's bad for her. The best way, like physically, mentally,
No,
for her,
so
it's
let
in
me
the
explain
same-
to you this because it's kind of a statistical anomaly. Most people, you're going to get a normal distribution as you get people dating the same age. So meaning if we were to pick of relationships where the man is 20 years older than the woman versus relationships where the man's 15 years older, 10 years older, 5 years older, as we get closer to the same age, we're going to get more relationships because people tend to date people that are around the same age as them. And so because of that, what that means is when you get the 20-year age difference, you're going to have a few things going on. Number one, there's fewer of those couples to measure. And number two, generally the older of the two people in the couple, which is a man, they get fat and they're just not as attractive. And they just can't, there's certain
But
things
it's
in the relationship
about
they can't do.
the mental health physically, you know, like the
I
woman.
don't think it hurts. I don't think it hurts
the
a
last
woman's
video
fitness.
that came out, I felt like there was just an imbalance.
Yeah, like well, I agree with you in that aspect. Even if I think that we're women and men, we don't realize how our childhood is so like in the decisions that
That matters. But, let's go over this real quick because
Okay.
I think you're bringing up a great point. That girl that was just talking before, I'm gonna guess like throughout her life there were a lot of really great guys who didn't want to manipulate her, and she ignored them. She
Yeah.
ignored those men, and then instead she chose as close as she chose the Drake of the group of men that she could choose.
I don't know
The
if
highest-
Drake's such a good example.
The high, whatever the highest status man is, she chose that guy.
Drake.
That guy wouldn't
Gay.
commit to her, and so from her standpoint, because she chose him
Why
and he
are
wouldn't
you
commit to
gay?
her, then she was manipulated. Even though in reality, probably the majority of men who are attracted to her, she would not give them a chance, especially guys who would have been a very good partner for her.
I agree that women need to be more introspective. Like for me, when I was young, I like older men. Like I never date one, but I like them. And then I knew that I was like, this is not normal. This is weird. Why I like a 45?
All right, all right, all right.
Yeah, it's weird. But you can have like you can.
No, there's nothing wrong with it.
I think it's normal.
There's absolutely nothing wrong with dating
But
someone else.
I never date one.
But
I just feel that attraction.
Your body is telling you.
Okay,
Your body is talking to you because you're attracted to older men, which is perfectly fine because they're
That's
stable.
okay, yes.
There's
So
a
what-
lot attractive about someone who is older.
But I think for my logic was like I think that maybe it's because my dad. I mean, he wasn't my life, but it wasn't like a present dad. So it's kind of like maybe I searching for a dad there.
the daddy
You know,
one of the
That
biggest
umbrella.
criticisms I get online is that the last two girls I dated were about 20 years younger than me, but I just had Miss Nevada over here say the same thing. So I guess she's a pick me. It's just so ridiculous. It's one of the stupidest things.
Honestly, one thing I do
She's
agree
Miss Nevada.
with, you can choose your dad.
No, she was.
I'm
talking about Giovanna. I'm talking about Giovanna. Yeah, we've had she's like the third.
Also an incredible entrepreneur.
No, she's amazing. I absolutely love her. Yes. I thought you were talking
Anyway, what
about
I'm saying is
my
when a beautiful woman says, I want to date someone older, it's totally fine. It's a preference.
Yeah.
When an older man dates a woman who's younger, he's grooming and he's
Massaging.
a
Like
We'll see you all
pedophile,
next
yeah.
week. This is good. We're
Yeah.
done.
I think we're good. Thanks, brother. Kyle, thanks for producing. We'll see you guys next September 2nd. That's the next show.
September 2nd, Adam Sosnick.
Adam Sosnick. Don't forget.
Get your kumquat energy. Don't forget.
Let's
Get
go.
your energy drinks.
Not for
Kumquat.
sale, but let's go. Yes.
Kumquat. Yes. Show your shirt.
That's nasty.
I'm like 47.
Okay, no. Hold on. This is me.
I'm gonna get the egg if my man is done.
I have a story from like more than I
I've gone through to have the baby.